Yes, good evening and happy Sunday. It's another day, another Sunday where we come together to deliberate and talk about some problem affecting our society. Make una no mind my cap because this cap me want turn Fulani now. Since now they say that they get everywhere for the whole world, me want join. So today's topic we're going to be talking about the danger of not paying attention to social ill. And this is really about our youth. Our youth, our parents, at the same time, government. We all know the bulk of the load goes to the government, but we must not also take away the fact that we are all involved in this. We are all involved in this as parents. We are all involved in this as in schools, as educationalists. We are all involved in this socially. Few days ago, there was this trendy video that involved I can see leftist Amosa behind. Oh, that is beautiful. Leftist, let me bring him in. Oh, I thought you said you're going to be very busy. Nice to have you.
I'm very busy. I just want to be with you for quite some time.
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
so
okay,
can
you're
look forward that
welcome.
can join.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay, you're welcome.
yeah,
So just
brother.
like as I was saying, few days ago, precisely yesterday, Saturday,
Yeah,
there was these issues of rituals. This issue of ritual, Yahoo, killings,
yeah,
banditry has been a tough issues in Nigeria. And it's really
it's
affecting
true.
everybody. It's touching us as a people. But this very recent one gripped us, touched us. It has been happening, it's happening everywhere, not
Yes,
every part of the country. Every part of the country is involved in this, not just
yes,
one part of the country, because this has to do with youth. Will I call it juvenile delinquency? No. Or will I call it get rich quick syndrome? Yes.
yeah,
And now everybody, even children, want to get rich by all means. Because you know why?
yeah,
They are now imitating most of the elderly, the senior ones. And who are these senior
yeah,
ones? The government, especially. If you watch the way our leaders are going, you will discover that a lot of them in leadership are Yahoo Yahoo themselves.
yes. Yeah,
These
they are. Yes,
children are looking up to them. They want to be like them. They are not going into different kind of society, making different ways to make quick money. Imagine
yes,
4 young boys. That one just happened just yesterday. 4 young boys. When I say young, 17, 19, 20 years old,
20. Yes,
involving their own girlfriend. One brought his own girlfriend for money ritual. How do we imagine that? These things are happening every day in all parts of
yeah, exactly.
the country, Nigeria. Is it the East? Is it the West? Is it the South? Or is it the North? It's happening everywhere. We don't even know
Yeah,
people
exactly.
with the carry first for the matter. The thing is really affecting us. And most
Yes, so
the victims in this matter is mostly the girls, our women, our young
yeah,
girls. That's why we took the topic, the danger of not paying attention to society ill. If we
yeah,
forget and refuse to pay attention to society ill, it's going to affect us one way or the other, the way it is doing right now. It's really affecting us. Imagine 4 young boys, strong boys. They are not handicapped. Within the stages of hardworking youth going for rituals because they want to get rich. And this one actually happened in Ogun State. Was it in Ogun State? Yes. Abeokuta, Ogun State. Yes, Abeokuta, where 3 boys, as 3 teenagers, were caught burning a skull for money rituals in Ogun State. That was just yesterday. It was, how do I say that? Let's see this. I think it is not viewers' discretion because the video is, to me, is raw. I cannot imagine human being doing this to fellow human being, just all because of what? Selfish interest. And the most painful thing is, who are those people involved in this? These are youth, young people who wants to just get rich quickly. As we speak, let's take a look at the video we have. And okay,
Bode Olude ni wọ́n
Bode
gbé.
ilé ògùn là ń gbé.
Ọmọbìnrin yẹn kọ́ ń bọ́ ló ń gbé.
Ó ń gbé ní Ìjápẹ̀.
Àtìgbà wo lọmọbìnrin yẹn ti ń fẹ́ Sọ́lù?
Bí last year
Ṣáwọn òbí àwọn òbí ọmọ yẹn sọ́mọ Sọ́lù? Ṣé Sọ́lù mọ̀ bí ẹ̀?
Kò mọ̀ bí ẹ̀.
So báwo ló ṣe di pé báwo lẹ ṣe padà wá ṣe níjàmbá? Báwo lẹ ṣe wá ṣe kí lẹ wá ṣe fún nígbà tẹ́ ti pinnu pé ẹ fẹ́ lò ó? Kí lẹ fẹ́ lò fún? Ẹ fẹ́ lò fún kí ni? Ẹ fẹ́ fi ṣògùn owó?
Ìyẹn orí ẹ̀ lọ tọ́jú bí lẹ́yìn.
Orí ẹ̀ ni. So ìgbà tí ẹ wá gé orí ẹ̀, kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀?
Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn.
Kí lẹ fi gé orí ẹ̀?
Olú ẹ̀ wà nílé. Kí ni bí àdá báyà mi.
this is one of the boy. This is just one of them confessing. The outrage and anger have created so lot of us due to the action of these 3 boys, which was caught burning the head of a girl said to be in a relationship with one of them for money ritual in Oke, Aragba area of Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital.
Ogun State, yes.
Yeah, we can describe this gruesome action of these teenagers as despicable and callous. So many of us are also lamenting of this scourge of ritual killing, especially being perpetrated by youth who are carried out, who are carried away by this get rich quick syndrome.
Yeah.
We also learned that the Ogun State Police Command anyway has arrested the 3 teenagers in the early hours of yesterday, following the tip-off by one Shegun Aduosi, who is the community security guard. See, that is why we need to get involved. We need to know our areas. We need to be involved. Whatever is happening in our society, we need to open our eyes. We just don't say it doesn't concern us. It concerns us. If not for this young security guard that called the attention of the people, probably they would have just done what they want to do smoothly. And tomorrow, they become a very big boy who want to be like them. You see, and this is very, very, very wrong. These teenagers are just between the age of 17. 17 years old. 17 years old is one Waris Olayede. Why the 19 years old boy Abu Galfa Lukman and Mustakim Balogun, that's the oldest, 20 years. The strangled girl simply identifies as Rufat. Well, the security guard reported that he observed these 4 boys were burning something suspected.
3 boys. 3 boys. Okay.
No, there were 4, sir.
Oh, there were 4, yes.
Yes, there were 4. Suspected to be human head in a local pot. And the the confession went viral, and this is one of the video that the one of the suspect led police to the building where Rafats were disassembled. Body was recovered along the alongside with short cutlass, knife,
Yes.
cutting off the head. Confirming this incident, the Ogun State Police Commissioner, police PRO, Ambola Ayeyemi, in a statement said the 3 boys have been arrested. Yes, that's what we gathered.
Yeah.
We also went to say these 3 young were ranged between 17, 20, and thereabout in the early hours of just yesterday, Saturday, 29th January 2002, arrested by men of the Ogun State Police Command for killing a girlfriend of theirs for money-making ritual. They further confessed that the girl was simply identified as Rufat, was lured by one of her boyfriends, simply identified as Soliu, to where she was murdered by 4 of them. After we cut off her head, packed the remains in a sack and dump her in an old building. And they took these people to where they recovered the body. So far, the body has been recovered and deposited at the general hospitals mortuary for autopsy.
Yeah.
And the short cutlass and knife used in cutting off the deceased head were also recovered. Let's go further to see what he is saying. But this is just the news for some of us that does not understand Yoruba. This is just what we are going to watch right now. That is just the summary of it. Although one of the boys, that's the main boyfriend, the male boyfriend to the late girl ran away.
To the disease, yes.
The disease. That's why they now caught the 3 others. There were 4. So the main boy, that is the boyfriend to the disease, Rofiat, that one managed to escape. So leaving the 3 friends who were now apprehended. So let's watch for that.
I'll send you a video. I'll send you a picture.
Okay, now nboli orí ilẹ̀ tí wàá gé kúrò ara tó wá kù nǹkan so ṣọrẹ́dì àti mú wa lọ síbi tí ara tó kù sí ṣé ká máa lọ bẹ̀ báyìí orí ẹnu ṣe.
Not taking them to where they hid the body. But this time we need to, for those who ask questions, highly advised. For some of us that don't have heart to look at certain things. You can see. This is the bag. That is the sack bag which the body of the girl was embedded into after killing. That's what they are going to look at now. This is the sack bag.
Those are blood stains on the ground.
Yes, these are blood stains on the ground. Okay. Can you imagine what you are seeing here is not goat, it's not cow, it's not meat, it's a human being. A human being with life, a girl. That is a girl put into the sack bag. All for what? Greediness. Look at that's what.
Bàbá ọmọ tí ṣé bàbá ẹ̀ wà wẹ̀ ẹ̀ tó dá sí bàbá ẹ̀ wà lára ń dùn.
Yọ tán káwọ.
Yọ tán ọ̀dẹ̀ máa dá padà sínú àpò yẹn.
O gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ yọ tán.
Ṣé fún ẹ?
You see? You can see what we are talking about. All in the bid of get rich quickly by our young men, very young men, vibrant young
Children,
men.
they are young children.
You see what they did? You see what they did to this girl? All because they want to make money. How did we find ourselves in this situation? How did we get here? This is promising girl that probably loves his boyfriend. Now look at how she ends up innocently. You see what's that's the cutlass, the machete that was used.
Ẹ̀yin mélòó lẹ mọ̀ ń pa kíní ìlẹ́jọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ yìí?
Méjì.
Ẹ̀yin méjì péré. Àti wàá wọlé tí ṣe irú nǹkan báyìí.
Àṣírí.
You can imagine what I don't understand. Lefties.
Yes, brother.
My brother.
I'm with you.
How do you see this matter?
The matter is actually touching. As you can see, it's actually touching. You know, when you overlook evil, when you accept evil in a society, that is the kind of thing you see. It has not started already. We have not seen anything yet at the place we are going. Because we are in a society where criminals are highly respected. Nobody cares how you made your money so far you have made money. So what is the problem of these young boys who ought to be in school or who ought to be in a place where they should be taking vocational study? But the only thing they should think about is how to buy a expensive vehicle, live above themselves. And parents are also praising it. The various organizations are also part of it, who also pray for them. So parental issue, values, is completely dead. And nobody cares anymore, provided you made money. And when you made the money, you are being respected. Like I keep on saying, those problems are created for us. We are the end user, a loser. We are the one killing ourselves. Until every one of us will rise up to our responsibility and start to be condemning evil. Don't care whether the person who is involved is related to you. Like what fellas talk about, paddy paddy. What is bad is bad. You report it. People need to be used as an example. Those are some of the issues. We look at it, how we want one is our brother, is our sister. But somebody is their prey. That person, the young girl that I heard was chop off, belongs to someone else. It's someone else's daughter. She also have right to live. But for example, this boy now made money and start building mansions and buying vehicle for his parents. Our parents will be happy that God has blessed their children. So we are in a very big problem. We need to rise up to our responsibility. The people, our various traditional rulers, our parents, especially, they are the first teacher. Parents need to rise up to their responsibility. You parents, you remember that program by Olise at that time? By every Sunday or last Sunday of the week of the month, by Olise,
Yes.
one NTA program. He will say at the starting of the program, he says, parents, get out your children. Do you know where your children are now at this point? We no longer share the kind of peer groups our children keep. Parents are even pressurizing their children. You know, you don't look at your mate, what he's doing, and you are here wasting time. So every one of us have to sit down together and think, where do we go wrong, and start amending it now. Now, I send you a photograph of, I think, four of them with the young girl's head in the pot, in the pot, this native pot in the police station. You check your WhatsApp, you see it there. So that is to tell you, children of this age, if they can be having this kind of mindset, you know that we are in problem. Ask for it. And the most dangerous thing is that we are all potential dangers, all in potential dangers of this kind of children. This is just one out of a million. It's happening because ritual killing is the increase in Nigeria now, and nothing is being done. We must rise up, please. We must continue to condemn. We must continue to chase them, and if you notice it, get police involved and follow the matter, not just bringing police involved. We must also follow it. We should stop collecting money for damages. At the end of this matter now, if the children of the other person are worthy, they'll go and give them money. They will not be going to court. They will not also pursue their their case. Such individual ought to be in the prison. They should be taken out of circulation for life. A stiffer example should be sent so that others will not be aware. Thank you, bro.
Yes, typical
It's
example. That's why I
very
said
painful.
that's why I made mention of the government have really failed us. If not failure of this government.
We have even failed ourselves as people.
Yes, who will say
We
government?
have failed ourselves.
Who part of the
Why
government?
why why I'm also saying this that when you arrest some of those individuals to the station, you only find those who want the case to pursue their case. They don't go. They don't go, especially when money is involved. Is there any money that worth human life? Eh? Is there any money? The people who are directly involved, I mean the family of the victim of the girl, you'll be surprised that they'll go and collect money if the other family is well to do. And for instead of pursuing their case, they'll collect, and you see the young boy after some years coming out and be boasting that that day in court person here, nothing happened. So people should be made to suffer for their crime without compromise. Most cases, the people that are killing their case, me and you have such experience now. Me and you have such experience. You will not be begging them to go to the police station or to go to court. They'll go and collect money. It will not look as if you are not disturbing them. My brother, the problem is huge. A society that has taken money to a level of God, what do you expect? What do you expect from a society who have taken money to a level of God? Look at the kind of music we are now playing or it are now listening to. Look at the movie we are now watching. Look at the way parents are now dressing. Look at the attitude of parents. So the problem is big, it's huge. It beats one imagination, honestly. Let me leave the floor for you.
Beats one imagination. So what do we do in this case? Because right now the government is
You
not
mo-
even looking into these issues. The government is not punishing people involved. Government is not. I don't see the government even coming out with stiffer penalties, like coming out against these ritual killings, all these ills in the society. Because I think the government, because they are part of it, they benefit from it. They don't do nothing.
and
Yeah, a place where you don't have
the truth is,
punishment for offense, where there's no penalty for offense, it will look like normal. It will keep increasing.
the truth is that I agree with you. The truth is that is those who are in power are more involved in ritual killing. So I keep on saying it will be very, very difficult for you to be waiting for those who are responsible for a problem to find solution. Such exercise of waiting for them is exercise in futility. The people must grab the bull by the horn. Like I keep on quoting Obama. Obama said, he said, anywhere in the world, those who are in authority are not willing to please the people until the people force them to do that. Nigeria must speak, speak, and merge with action against ritual killing. We must condemn it. We must act against it. You understand? We must be involved in the struggle to stop it. It's only when the people are now involved that you will now see a positive response. But the people are docile people. We are in a society where something happens to your neighbor, you don't feel it, you don't think of it, you don't put yourself in the picture that it might be you, it might be your relative. You just say, yeah, God, those that believe in God, such thing will not happen to them. Happen to them. As if those victims are created by devil or applicant of God or God's applicant. So you feel that some of us have this divine protection. So we are too holy, we are too close to God. God has chosen them, so they can never be beaten. So they don't feel as if something has happened. But it can happen to anybody. Possibly the parents who are now victims of this problem, of this thing today, also have the same notion that you never get to them. But I'm telling you that it's everybody's problem. We must now put our feet on the ground and set the board rolling by actively involved in a fight against ritual killing. Like such boy, for me, you just kill that such boy, you kill him. You get some of those boys and send a strong message. Jungle justice at times it can be better. It can be better. When you wait for justice at times, you also be spending money for litigation and now all those kind of things. Now in Nigeria, you cannot get lawyers who can run pro bono for people who cannot afford to pay for legal fees. You cannot see those who God has blessed to say, no, this is a crime against humanity. No, I must be part of this fight. Let me spend my resources to get justice for these people. They don't. Especially we are in a society where the elite now send their children to abroad. So if their children cannot be part of it, because it's the fight between the poor and the poor killing themselves. It's the script they have written for us. Let them be killing themselves. That's why you see the man who still general. His fellow poor man who have to strip him naked and be nonsense out of him and go and sing praises to the man who are responsible for the problem as a leader. The man who have eaten money for hospital, the man who has caused unemployment, the man who has caused who has eaten money for roads construction, the man eventually who has caused the underdevelopment in their state, in their country, in their local government, in their locality, in their various communities. They go and praise such man, the man that all they need to be stoned to death. So it's the people that are killing themselves, the poor against poor. We have been made to turn against ourselves. So those are the problems, my brother. We must also rise up against it. That's the only way we can get it things change. We must speak against it, condemning in strong terms, be actively involved, fight against it, rally against the government policy, be on the street without fighting, block the roads, get your food cooked, have a football soccer on the road, park your vehicle on the road, and leave it there. People should be on the street and say, this is our demand. We'll give the government ultimatum 7 days, 7 days to make a law actively. So until people are involved, my brother, there's no we continue to run these services. That's just the truth of the matter. The people are docile. The people are docile. We say some say why me? Some go to church and be praying. This is the only society I know that instead of actively involved in the struggle against problem, they will go to church and kneel down and be praying. It's like a man who is building a burglary proof in his house. Instead of getting rod, get granite, cement sand and mix it and cast a pillar and attach it to the burglary proof. We'll now be using clay as as the guide to hold the burglary proof. Will it work? It will not work. We are in a situation where a situation that require us to act, not to pray. But instead we are doing the reverse. We are praying against hunger. There's a bad government policy, nobody is challenging it. Women are going to church because of no husband. They are going to church, pastor are also duping them, they are praying, their faith is there. But the Bible also said faith without work is dead. I think one of the greatest problems we have as people is religion. Religion has enslaved us, enslaved our conscience. So, my brother, man, man, I'm highly disappointed. And in fact, we are in a society when you have people who have gone to school, who have masters, degree owners, PhDs, name it. Still yet, they are still very, very stupid. Very, very stupid. They went to school and school did not go to them. Ask yourself, my brother, our society look like society where we have educated people? That's the question we must ask ourselves first. Because education goes beyond going to classroom. The purpose of education is to build your society, is to look differently from the world that people are looking. That's the base of education. That's why if you are graduate in the school, they will tell you when you are leaving, I haven't gone through this study. Go to the world and discover. I'm surprised that we are in this kind of situation. We alone, like Marcus Garvey, we alone can change our mental thinking. We must change our orientation and begin to fight and demand. When it's time to fight, we shall fight. No man gets peace without dying. The Arab said, especially the Palestinians, the popular Arab, they said, if you need peace, prepare to fight, to die, prepare for blood, to spill blood. You think we can get peace with the way we are handling this country? We must rise up and defy death and fear. Let me leave you for that, my brother, because things are getting worse every day and people are just being stupid. The religious leaders are still enslaving the people, and the people are not willing to also liberate themselves. They have been stereotyped, included. No matter their level of education, they have been included. They have been stereotyped. We are in a situation of I don't know how to put it. We are in a deadly situation. A deadly situation. And brother, it's painful. It's painful. It's painful that Nigerians are still behaving like this. We must rise up. It's only we that can stop it. Those people up there can never, because election is coming now. You see them using human being killing, slaughtering people for rituals, for political power, as law as the case may be. So will you expect those people to come and make such law? It is the demand of the people that will create the avenue of making such law. Because when the people sneeze, government will catch cold anywhere in the world. When the people sneeze, government will catch cold. That's why be my colleague.
My brother, this thing is becoming too much. It's everywhere.
It's too
Something
much.
wrong with
It's
something is
everywhere.
wrong with this generation. Because when we are growing up as a people, when you see anybody that his money seems to be not playing, you don't go
Yes.
close to that person. You don't even take money from that person. You don't eat the food of that person.
No way.
The person
Yes.
look like he's on his own.
Yes,
People run
man.
away from such family. They roll with few people that are doing the same thing. They don't go out anywhere because they are not accepted. But today the reverse is
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Reverse is the case. We are now very proud to say we belong to these things. We are now very proud to say we can do this. Where did we get it wrong? Imagine some time ago, an 11 years old junior student throat was slit by an SS2 student of a Borno boarding school.
Yeah.
Just last week.
Yes.
Yes?
Last week,
we
yes.
SS2 student slit 11 years old student, junior student, throat.
Yeah.
In Borno State. This one happened in Borno State.
Yeah.
For what?
State, yeah. Yes, I saw it.
In Borno State. I remember sharing that report. The student of Academy College of Islamic Theology in Maduguri, Borno State, has been identified as Umar Ghani, and it was gathered that he slit the throat of his victim, identified as Jubrin Sadi Ramadan, with razor during an encounter behind the hostel of the school on Wednesday night, January 19. That is
my brother.
A junior student doing that with a razor blade. It's not let me enjoy you, let me kill you. Where did you get it wrong? If this can happen, this one is Borno State now, Maduguri. Though those areas are such violence.
Very volatile area.
Yes. Because of the kind of religions, I don't know if the religion is telling them.
And the terrain too.
They kill spiritually, taking them to another height. We know those religions.
You see, yes, man. Yes. My brother, Bigo. You see, we started having some of this problem when we started adopting the Western kind of life. Those days, when you know that for every action, you know the penalty now. When we are living the real African life, we'll take charge of our environment, of our brother, the communities, and then the community we are involved in raising children. Now the community no longer raise children. We are confined within a particular space. So we started getting it wrong when we started adopting the Western way of life. When we started practicing Oyibo, the African solution, the African problem should be solved with African solution.
But when you say when we started adopting the Western, when we started adopting the Western way of life, but the Westerners are not actually doing this. There's enough security,
my brother.
Enough awareness. The moment you commit such offense, there's a penalty. It's either straight to cell or you are sentenced. The justice law is working. Then why can't our government do same? This is what is holding most of the Western developed countries from not actually going to these barbaric acts. Otherwise, not like they are different. They are same persons, they are same like us, but because of their justice system, the payback, the punishment involved if you are caught doing what is not necessary. But we are not doing this.
Yes. I agree with you. See, I agree with you. I agree with you. Who are behind those illegalities in terms of leadership in Africa? Who are behind them? They came here and imposed their way on us. They would have allowed us to run our system ourselves. They destroy our monarchy system and still restore their own. There are so many factors to this.
Yes, let me welcome our brother, Midwest Republic. I can see him behind the stage. Let me bring him up.
My brother, good evening, sir.
I'm happy somebody is from you so that I can quickly go and run something.
Welcome, sir.
Bros.
Good evening, sir. Hello, sir. Domo Baba.
We
No,
don't
no.
start
Yes, sir.
today on about our youth, the way that they kill, they do ritual for money, they slaughter. I don't know whether you see the video we show before now.
I saw him. I saw the video. I see him, but
Yeah,
I don't know whether that video did somehow, sha. But may my brother continue, may he say his own because the whole thing
that
get.
was just happened yesterday, bros. It was just yesterday, Saturday.
Yeah, more is even happening. I think I come across another one where, whether not the one where they send for me now, they show like that too. Where 3 small boys go keep us, Abi.
Naim.
Okay, yeah.
Before one row.
Yeah.
They were
So,
for one row.
yeah, that is the one where they cash. You don't know how many way they not cash people.
Hey.
So many way they not cash now. So many.
So,
It's a common
that is,
trend here. It's a common thing here.
I think.
So, my brother, let the part
Yes,
continue. I will join you for later.
Okay. It's all right. What do you have to say about this?
My brother is very heartbroken because if you look at the country, the only thing that is reigning is just evil.
Jesus.
Nothing good, only evil from A to Z. You don't even see anything that is good. So in the northern part, Boko Haram, they kill people, kidnapping, hitting human being, kill human being, cook, chop. Some part of east, west, south, south, what? Man, it's very heartbroken because we are this kind of problem. You hardly see it in any part of the world. So I don't know how we're going to get out of this because it has never been part of our issue. Because when we were growing up those days when we were a child, I don't think a child of our age who are so radical, brave, or wayward would be so courageous to pick a knife, cut off someone's head. No, I don't think in our age, if there was any child that would been able to do that. You understand?
We can fight, we can injure ourselves, but this killing for nothing is stupid.
Even fighting self, you can't even hold a knife to stab someone. It's very rare, you know. It's just like to show the power I'm the strongest. So maybe I will beat him with blow, you know. Not even a knife, because you know very well if you wound somebody with knife, you're going to, the consequence is going to be severe. So it's very sad that as the day passed by, just everyday occurrence of evil. I don't know. May God help us out of this mess, because this is more or less like a spiritual issue that needs spiritual attention. That is my own contribution, my brother, because it needs spiritual attention.
As for me, I don't see it as a spiritual matter. I see it as a physical matter, because it's not the spirit that is killing now, it's we. So what I see, what I think is my own opinion, is that the leadership of the country has failed. Because if you look, when there is no penalty for an offense, the offense will come to stay. You can see the leadership, most of them are also involved in this ritual killing because they want to get into power. And as such, they're not coming up with a conviction that will say, okay, once you do this, you go for this. If something is not being checked, it's just going every day. It's a leadership failure. And again, because of leadership failure, it's leading to so many things. While poverty is also a very big issue. Okay, I will tell you something. Was it what day? This is last week. A woman took in the north took 2 of her children, age 15, 17, to bandit. I don't know if you heard that news.
Okay.
This woman took 2 of her girls to bandit for sex.
Okay.
This will happen on the 23rd of January. A 39 years old housewife and a mother of 6 who has been working for bandits and offered 2 of her daughters as sex slaves to criminals, as claimed.
I saw that news.
She did so because the bandits were paying her between 30,000 and 50,000 for a round of sex.
Yeah.
Let me go further. The suspect, Miriam Abubakar, who has worked for the bandit for about 2 years now, said that apart from providing the bandit with women to have sex with, She also worked as a informant and provided useful information to the group on potential kidnapping victims. And mind you, this same housewife is married, though. She has a husband. It's not like she's a divorcee.
No.
This woman has a husband. According to her, she said the husband is not taking good care of her. So that's why she decided to fall in love with one of the bandits. Because the bandit take good care of her and give her money. As such, she started providing women to the extent that she took 2 of her own daughters. Look at the age, 15 and 17, to them for sex.
The reason for that is like, I don't know, I can say it depends on the level of exposure and what they have been exposed to for many years. As you said, I did dispute the government failure. The thing is this, for a country to have peace, there are some spiritual aspects of life that deserve prayer, both for the land. And that is why, for example, I want to give you an instance, my brother. Nigeria is a country that has fought civil war. And a lot of people died. Do you know that up to today, we don't even have a memorial ground? Like in abroad, if that has witnessed such thing, they have a memorial ground. And annually, they go there to put flower and do some certain things. These are spiritual means. They are Christians. Okay, now, if I travel to a place where they practice Catholic deeply, do you know annually there is the time they go to cemetery to visit their loved ones with flowers, some offer prayers there. They are all Christians. Now, if you look at our root, we were rooted and granted in our African tradition. Our people were not just people who were just empty. You understand me? Now,
Yes.
we have neglected that part. Although that area as a whole also has been also becoming somehow, I am a Christian as I'm talking to you, it's no longer viable. However, but there are some basic things our ancestors were doing, not because of idol. I don't know whether you understand.
Yes.
They were not just doing these things just to please one God or one this thing, but people came in, they demonized the entire system. And as Christianity of Pentecostal church continue to grow, we just see everything like demon. I come to tell people, spiritually, we are not on the rightful path. That is the greatest problem that we are having in that land. Now, I just mentioned that civil war. We are talking about souls here. The country, they never laid them to rest up to today. White people will never play with such a thing in their life. They have a spiritual meaning why they do that. And people, like, for example, if Catholic were to be rooted and still granted, connected to the government, they would have encouraged that thing first in that land. I'm just telling the truth. So it's like this country is still paying for that war. I'm just telling you the truth. And many generations are still suffering for it. What is going on in our country? It's not like that in everywhere, in any place in the whole world. We're talking about. So after that, let us also look at our tradition. You cannot just tell me as a Benin man, when I settled down to analyze the Benin tradition when we were growing up, both of us were from Benin. Now, our ancestor doesn't need Bible to forbid adultery. That's why when Idausa was preaching, you hardly see Idausa preaching about adultery. Go and look at his message. The tradition of the people and custom of the people have already stand against, so it was not an issue in our place. I don't know whether you understand. So yes. It wasn't an issue for him to stress himself and be quoting Bible to put people on track. So the tradition was able, through our own belief, our ancestors were able to enact a way so that we can live and relate as one another. And then people were really human. They were filled with love, family love, brotherly love. Family meeting alone is like a country where they sit down to handle issues. Today, everything is almost gone. They demonize everything with their doctrine to a point. A child born and brought up like in our place, cannot even go to river to go and shower these days. They will tell him demon is there. But come to Europe here, you go to beach, you see people bathing. So it's like we lost all. The truth of the matter is this. Our pastors, number one, they have to repent so that they can help that land. Because when iniquity become once the fear of God disappears, sin will become a normal stuff.
Yes.
The doctrine of today have eliminated fear of God. And once you don't have that fear of God, you will not also have that feelings for your fellow human being. That's what the country is suffering.
Okay.
Because for a 16 years old boy, 20 years old boy, how old are we, my brother? That when we were growing up, nobody can convince me a child of this kind of age in our days, we've been able to hold a knife, cut off human head, start removing the organs, start taking it to somewhere for anything. But however, if they are fighting, among the stubborn ones, some pick knife and stab someone, somebody can die. That is a fighting to fight, and they never even expected it to be like that. But 90% of the quarrel end up with I'm the strongest. You're going to use your blow to make sure you defeat your opponent and people will clap for you. So today things have changed, my brother. Just look at the world. We are now like a ship without a captain. The tradition can no longer lead us. The pastors can no longer lead us. The government itself is completely dead. Like our country, we don't have government. We keep on saying it here. Someone that have lived in abroad.
Let's also hear from Machiavelli. We have Machiavelli on the studio. Machiavelli, can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Leftist. You are looking like a Vietnamese today.
No, like the Boko Haram themselves.
No, we can't use that. We can't use that, Mr. Midwest.
Sorry.
Mr. Midwest.
Ram's hostage, me too. I'm Boko Haram socially now on social media.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, and good evening, Mr. Midwest. I heard what you spoke
my brother.
about. You know, thank God. Sometimes when I see what you were talking about today, and the way you were analyzing it, it gives me joy. And you've always been here. You've always said your part. And you know one thing I like about you. You always stand where you never deviate from your stand. Each time I listen to you, it's the same way you analyze it today, and that is the way you analyze it tomorrow. Whether somebody will disagree with you, this is what I always tell. If you watch my statement here, somebody who stand and always believe that this is what is right. And it's not tomorrow you've been bought and then you start singing another song. Your rhetoric will change just because of one selfish interest. And ever since you have been coming on the show, you've never deviate from where you always talk about the culture, traditions, and the way of life, our negligence to the way our ancestors has built us. You've always touched on that. And even if somebody is trying to deviate you from, say, let's do it like this, because our system didn't permit us anymore because they've changed it, you've always stand in your word. You see, I so much respect you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
I'm so happy as well that we are beginning to come out and say we need to do certain things. We need to put these things straight. And this is what gives me that joy to always join you guys when you guys are doing anything, and I always say, let's do it like that. We have always disagreed on issues here. You know it when we go on the debate. But some people will see us and say, these people, the way they are fighting, looks as if when they see their boss set on the ground, they are going to fight. No
way.
We are actually trying to make sure that the viewers that are listening to us, you have to take this and merge it together and form it to see if you are going to find a paradise. Yes, sir. Yes,
Machiavelli, if you can hear me, somebody I think we have a caller. Let's give this person one.
All right, okay.
Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Alex.
Hey, Oga Alex. I greet you.
Topic in Muladiana is worthy of discussing for the next 1 month every day.
Okay.
Because it's a very strong one. It's what we are all going through. Okay. The whole Nigeria has become like a forbidden land.
Oh no!
Like something has been provoked. Like your person said, there's something somewhere. There's some level of truth in what that guy was trying to say about the civil war, about the the way our leaders treated that civil war and their victims.
Yes, that's the Midwest Republican.
Yes. There are some, there are some things you don't joke with.
Yes.
If you go to every country, they have their culture, they have their tradition.
Yes.
I'm a Christian, believe in God. I don't condemn anybody. I cannot judge anybody the way they choose to live their life. I can only preach to you, but the point is this: you don't trivialize such issues. And two, our parents, a lot of our parents, last 20 years, let's face the reality. Can you hear me, sir?
We are here listening to you.
Last 20 years, there are a lot of broken marriages. They left children with their grandmothers, uncles, and aunties. Nobody can train your child for you the way you would have trained your child. If you watch all these children now, under 14, under 16, under 20, under 19, they are the ones doing all this nonsense. Because their parents, most of them the marriages were broken, which is normal. It can happen to anybody, but they left the children. Some of them traveled out. Some of them even committed suicide. A lot of them are in diaspora, and these children grew up with grandma. There is an age a child will get to from that age of 10, 11. Grandma and grandpa cannot talk to them anymore. Uncle cannot correct them anymore. Because right now he is aware that you are not his father, you are not his real mother. It's a big problem. And some of them will go and be lying on the phone to their parents in diaspora that uncle is beating them too much, and uncle is trying to correct them. This is just a major problem. Many parents left children just too much last 15, 20 years. And many of these children were just affected by the lack of parental care, and the fatherly presence wasn't there. Till today, my dad is still alive. He can't ask my papa to excuse her and me go get the message at my age. You understand?
Yes.
So it boils down to parenting. Apart from our leaders, our government, like I saw a comment, our leaders over the years, they didn't invest on infrastructure like social and empowerment of parents. It still boils down to the government, because the government destroyed the economy. Parents had to travel to diaspora to make money for these kids. So it's a trickle down syndrome. It's roundabout. You are still going to fall at the government circle. They are the ones busy looting money, especially from 1999. All the politicians were like loose dog. Do you know the name the party in power was called? Share the money, PDP. All over the country. Abandoned projects, fake projects, looting of money. We are blaming this government, but this government copied from those people. And some of those people then are in this government. They were all hosting parties, building houses, marrying wives, divorcing, marrying new wives every day. They left societal structure. If you go in some Western world countries, they have social, they have welfare for children. Yes. They have to do our own in a very bad way. And you can check now, common the names of streets we don't have again. Almost the whole country, names of streets, let alone welfare, let alone social, in every clinic, in every medical facility. There's supposed to be a social welfare area in case there are some children that don't really need a doctor. They don't need someone to talk to them. It's not every case that need a psychiatric. You need someone to talk to them to give them a reason to be alive, a reason not to be violent. All over the world we have violent people, but the government tried to come in to create body, employ people, staff who handle these things. Our government were busy looting money, marrying, buying buildings in Dubai. This is the core of the problem of the way our youth are behaving these days. So we must try our best to see how we can vote a better government, because election is coming now. Yes. Election is coming. They don't care about them. Once we have, they don't care. They are wicked. They are just evil. They are very barbaric. So
Alex.
Okay, we have another caller. Let's take this caller, but after this caller, I'm going to play the video concerning what you just said. Yes, where you calling from? Tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I greet you, sir.
Well done. Good afternoon, everybody.
I greet you.
Good evening. Good afternoon, my brother.
Well done.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Okay, this is Mr. Mafidon. I'm calling from France.
Okay, my guy Mafidon, you're welcome.
This is the problem we are passing through today. and we need to deliberate on it. We need to find solution to it. And but number one, you see the callers who have just called.
Yes.
Have analyzed it. He has spoken well. You see, there's one thing that we are not focusing. It's our culture. Our culture is the value. We totally lose it. We lost it totally. This is what we all need to go back to. There's not two ways about it. You see, we are not foreign people. We are not Westerners. What work for them might not work for us.
Yes.
My brother, can I throw something there?
Somebody's answering you.
Say something. Yeah,
Yes,
what we have back home, we don't have anything Westerner in our place. That's the mistake we are making. We believe we are like Western. We don't have Western stuff in Nigeria from A to Z. There is nothing in the Western world apart from this English language. Nothing. The way they do their life that match what we are doing in Nigeria. Is it burial? Is that's what we both to do their Christian burial? What we are doing there? It was that how our fathers used to bury their brother, the way they bury somebody today. So you can see we just lost it with an assumption that we are doing it like Oibo. And we don't do anything that resembles Oibo. Just imagine everything. Keep on picturing what is going on in our country. Nothing that match West. You understand me? Nothing. Sorry, that's just what I want to throw in there. You understand? We are just lost, as you said. No, the tradition is gone. The culture is gone. The so-called one they pretend and so Igbo they do it's not in existence. Or Igbo don't reason that way. They don't handle things that way. Yeah.
When we are still, we are saying the same thing. We are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
We are saying the same thing in a different way.
Yeah.
We are saying the same thing in a different way. You see, when you try to copy someone and you can't do it properly, you also bring a problem.
It's true.
So when I say what is working for them does not work for us, that is what I'm saying.
It's true.
If we now go back to our culture, the way we are living, see, the system of this world today is government, right?
It's true.
This government, this is what we don't have before. What we have in Africa is monarchical government.
Yeah.
So whereby those kings will be ruling his people, and everywhere was peaceful.
We are still having it here, sir. Sorry to cut you, so we still have monarchy.
Now it was not changed to be using to be this political word. Now the crime is increasing. This political system has totally damaged our culture. That is our way of life. So what I suggest that we can try to do today to correct this error. In a few times that we have on earth, why can't we redirect our step back as individuals, starting from our immediate family? Redirect our step back to this value of life, this culture, teaching our people, teaching our children how to live life, how to respect others. This is what we need. It's very important.
Yes.
It is. You see, they said charity begins at home. It is what you have as a child that will eventually become out to be a good governor or a bad governor.
Sad.
Thank you, Mr. Caller. Thank you for that. Let me just quickly throw more light on that. We are also trying to debate it. There's a lot to do when it comes to trying to make sure that we impact our cultural knowledge back into the system, like our children. I remember when I was growing up, we have this kind of culture before. We're talking about in the 90s up to this thing actually started, degrading from 2010, let me say 2010 downwards, because the society we have today, when it was new millennium, a lot of things started infiltrating our culture. We started leaving things behind. When I was in school then, you dare not even say you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. You dare not say it. Who's playing music? Who's playing music? So you dare not say you have this. There were certain things that you could do Then I remember when we were during the Christmas time, we normally go to people's house. These are kind of cultures that has been long. We go there, we celebrate with one another. There was peace and harmony, tranquility. Do you understand? But when you go back to Christmas days now, it looks as if it's just a normal day. It's supposed to be whereby families sit together and we talk to each other, we rejoice, we eat, you know. Some people even give you money, what we call, okay, you understand? It's not there anymore. And we were doing that time, they were kind of sharing peace between one family and the other. There were a lot of things that were coming at that time. You know, these days we don't have it. And the social media we have today, instead of using this thing to push it back into our system, they started making more of it, using it for something that does not worth it, that does not help the society, or thereby like adding more suffering to the society. And another thing, most of our families actually contribute to these things. You know, some fathers and mothers, what is happening now, you see the killings, is because some of these parents actually lose it because of money. You are looking at what family A did because he went abroad, he has 4 cars. Oh, you see this kind of rhetoric that we send to our kids, other than putting them in the right direction, we start giving them instances of, using Peter to compare Paul, when Peter and Paul does not have the same mindset. Paul can be an engineer, Peter can never be an engineer, but you want to push that Peter to be an engineer because you saw Paul having 40 cars. It doesn't work. That is how you see this abroad thing become so rampant in Benin. Because every house you have in Benin now, you have somebody in abroad. Because this was the same rhetoric that was pushed from one person to another that led to this thing. Even the so-called Libya crossing you have today, it was the same thing, that rhetoric that contributed to those things. Up to today, nobody was able to correct that. But we are not saying that it did help a bit for some people, but there has been a damage already, because that has shrinking our culture, that has shrinking our personality. As even Edo, now if you want to call Edo in the 36th state of Nigeria, they'll tell you here, they will just tell you one place, abroad, because that is the mindset they look at us. But if you look at the slogan we have in Nigeria, we are called the heartbeat. But right now, the way it is now, we are not demonstrating that heartbeat, because without Edo, trust me, everybody that's listening to me, there's nothing will exist in that Nigeria, because Edo was seen as number one that brought the whole Nigeria together. Because of the talent and people, and we still have the talent. If you don't get me wrong, most of things that are coming out in Nigeria today, Edo is number one to produce them. But a lot of things that we have lost because
someone
our parents contributed, and our government played also.
Mommy Diaspora, she just asked, who are we to blame? The parents.
But all of them. Mommy Diaspora, let me answer you. We are going to blame our parents. We are going to blame our parents. We are going to blame our society. We are going to blame our government. This is the government side.
Yeah? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just responded to her.
Before you answer her, let me quickly just put one information online. I connive with my mother, kill our brother for money ritual. This one happened on January 17th, 2000.
I think it was in Abuja. No. Okay, there's another one in Abuja also, a boy that wanted to kill a mother.
I will come to that. A 32-year-old suspect, Yahoo boy, identified as Aziz Olalere, has confessed to kill his younger brother for money ritual. Listen, Olalere was arrested by operative of the Lagos State Police Command during a stop and search operation along Itamaga Ikorodu Road in Lagos State. During interrogation, the suspect said his mother encouraged him to kill his younger brother after after a herbalist told them that he has to sacrifice one life, which must be a semblance of him. Olalere said, my mother took me to a herbalist who told me if I want to be successful in the Yahoo business, I have to sacrifice one life, and that person must be a semblance of me. So we went back home and thought about it. Then my mother suggested that we use my younger brother since he is just 21 years old. He added that he gave his 21 years old brother a poison, after which he died 20 minutes after drinking it. He harvested his required body parts, while the remaining was wrapped and taken to the mortuary. The thing was needed to prepare a concoction with his thumb, his hair, his finger, and a passport photograph of his brother that he confessed. Now, I just want to quickly meet you when Mommy Diaspora asked, who are we to blame? Now, we have
Can I answer that? I was answering that before.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Lefty, thank you.
This parental issue.
Okay.
Now,
okay. I didn't know you were going to read. I didn't know you were going to read that, because when Mommy Diaspora asked that question, we are going to blame all the three people he named: parents, society, and government. You see, example of that is a parent. That was the rhetoric I said just now. Go sit down, see Paul. I don't know if you understand. This is the thing. Because you want to be fame. Everybody want to compete. You don't know how Paul, if God gave Paul that talent, you also go and look for your own talent so that you can see if that can work for you. Then another one is the society. The society we live today actually perpetuates that. Because everybody, you see, Venza was one of the things that was going on in everybody want to ride Venza. Everybody want to ride G-Wagon. The other one want to, so you want to shoulder up with those, we want to chill with the big boys. Abi? So that is why you see that the society is also to be blamed. The main one is the government. One, how did the government fail? Because if you look at every one of us that are speaking from diaspora today, you see that in every government where you live, they have what a kind of a curriculum they set aside for all these youth to engage them. You understand? You see a child will come back from school, he has extra work, maybe some homework to do. Before you know it, he's going to go and do gymnastics. He wants to go and do other things. He wants to go and play football. He wants to join. You will never find him somewhere else. You understand? You will not have time for other things to divert your attention. Because the government failed to, not that the government cannot do this thing, they were also trying to use that same loopholes to kind of harvest, a way for them to, enrich themselves. So they rather said something that will entice the youth, so that anytime they want to go up and seek for power, they will use these people as elements. So they are always going to promote something that is not good, that will attract the youth. And that is what we are seeing playing in our society today. And that thing, for you to be able to show that up with the people, you have to belong. You have to, get some kind of thing that will put you to that point. And this is where they destroyed it. Instead of when we're growing up, we had that Young Farmers Club, Boy Scout, Girls Guide, the Boys Brigade, things like that. Then you have different debates. How many of you can still remember? I remember when I was young at that time. I used to remember from the radio. Maybe when I say this thing, most of us are going to remember. Over to you, Osazuwa Osaon Daniels. Over to you, Obinakaba Ikechukwu. Can you still remember something like that? That debate that was always going on. I was always putting my ears there just to, enlighten me on certain things that I want to know. But others does not want to do it. We have inter-school competition that time. We Yogbe versus Olua Primary School. This one, everybody wants to go and play challenge. We don't have this thing again that the youth engage themselves with.
We also have
is this guy, this guy don't blow.
Inter-house sport.
That is what I'm talking about. These are inter-school.
They don't have this, social development that they put in place that will enable these people grow so that they learn a lot or build something that will say, let's build a grassroots political foundation that will enable these people, whoever want to have the mindset of, going into governance, grow them, teach them. Nothing like that. They rather put them in certain points.
Matthew, you want to say something?
Yes. Okay, go on.
But yeah, my brother has spoken well. You see, Mommy Diaspora had this question. You see, everybody everybody will be blamed, including me, including you and I. That is the society now. But let me be specific. If you see a child, if you see someone doing the wrong thing, and you didn't stand up to correct that thing, that is a problem. You also contributed to this same problem. That is how it started. When you see someone is doing the wrong thing, maybe a child or a mature man, you can't approach the person with courage and say,
it depends if that thing, if everybody understands that thing is wrong, what you may regard as wrong may be right for other person.
You see, before you continue, Mr. Mafidon, before you continue, my Midwest Republican have said this, and my leftist Amaosa that just left have said this, and they both hitted the same one point. You see, when we are living as a commonal, when we are having this communalism, my child is your child is my child. Any child you see walking is our child. You see that child do anything wrong, sometimes you follow that child home. You want to know his parents.
Yes.
To correct or to report. So this general monitoring of children, when you see them doing wrong thing, you don't just say this is not my child. No, you don't pay deaf ear. Sometimes you follow a child you don't know his parents to their school. This is what I saw this child do on the road. You report. So, but you see, at the time, since we now embrace this foreign lifestyle, where we now have gates, we are now living within prisoners of conscience.
My brother was talking about the government.
Yes.
My brother was talking about government, how government have failed to create infrastructure and all that. One thing I know about government is that I don't have so much belief in government. I can't be reason that I have maybe I'm a little bit okay. That I'm not seeing other people that I'll say everything is fine. No. What I understand about government, they are meant to create insecurity, problem for the nation to be able to, for their selfish interest. That's what I'm seeing. If you raise it that way, this is the thing my brother was saying. Those are the things what we had before, like all this infrastructure and all those sports and all that. Who closed them down? Is it you and I? I'm not the one who shut those activities down. It is the government, it is people government who do so. They close everything. So where are the people who are supposed to take over all those places? Where are they today? They turn out become armed robber and all sorts of.
Mr. Mafido, if I must help you, we are copying the Western world, but do you know that in all area in Western world you have facilities for children, you have sports facilities, they are all.
I agree with you totally. There are facilities. That does not mean that those people, they also have their own way of creating insecurity. I was talking with one of my friends. He said all those cameras, there are too many cameras everywhere. He said like 50 years ago there was no camera and there was no insecurity like this. He said now there are more security gadgets and there are insecurity. He said, what is going on? All those things, how are they coming about? Why are there insecurity? And we have so much gadgets and so much equipment to be able to tell them.
Mr. Mafidon, let me answer you on that. I think when
those problems, they are creating all those problems.
Okay.
Mr. Mafidon, let me answer you on that. Let me answer you on that. The reason why you see where you have CCTV cameras and this thing. These things were not in before. It was, when you are getting, this was what I was telling before, that in our subsequent debate, I normally use the word, when a word is globalizing, you also carry along what you think might be useful for you so that you don't lack, right? They are using CCTV now to just sit. Even somebody can sit down at home here, where we are now. With the help of that CCTV, he will be seeing what you are doing in Sokoto. He will just be looking at it. You can be able to tell the security agency and say, you are so there. That is why you see, when something is happening abroad, you see them, they will send the chopper, like the helicopter, up to check. You will see them looking at somebody who is even hiding inside her own bedroom. That is to tell you that when they were going, they were putting this thing for these people to be safe. Other people were also trying to vandalize it. They were also using it to kind of as a weapon. So what did they do? For their family to be safe, the government has to introduce something so that they can be able to watch over this person. They can be, so that at the end of the day, if you're found, they can even prove it to your father or your mother that this was what you were doing. It's also safe. It's not like you sending your kids to kindergarten now, and they'll be playing while you are at work. You have your mind that this baby is going to be safe, because where they are playing, there's a CCTV camera. Whatever happens to your child, and they cannot give you an account. You can hold them responsible because you left it under their care. With that thing, it can be able to detect what happened to your family. But we don't have this. We don't have anything. They are even 200 miles ahead of us. We are still coming from Ugbiyoko. I don't know if you understand. So anytime you are seeing things like that moving from one generation to, and you see them, the Western world is even moving faster. What is our government doing? We don't even have a chopper, not to even talk about the CCTV we have. We don't even know if it's even working. Where is the control room that they'll be watching the CCTV? This is one thing we have to also ask ourselves.
We don't have government. We don't have government.
Yeah. I got to my brother. You see, when I mentioned the CCTV, I use this as an example. You just mentioned the positive aspect of it and the reason why those CCTV are being installed, of which I understand. You see, when I say government is also a part of this insecurity and creating problems and creating crimes everywhere. Let me give you another example. You and I know that in most of these Western worlds, it is very difficult and almost impossible for a common man to move illegal substance through the airports and all that, taking them to other countries without the aid of an official. You understand it now? So this is the reason. How those illegal substances like drugs and all that, how are they moving from one country to another? It is this same bad government that is moving them to another country, that use them to create problem, crimes for another country. So it will also generate money. This is why I say this is another example. This is the reason why I say that this government, they are also they contribute a large part of these crimes in our society, because they don't want this war to be settled, because this war that we are now is like a company in the hands of people. They are just reaping, making money out of it. When they
Mr. Mafidon, Mr. Mafidon, let me just quickly tell you on that. Do you know why those things you are saying those things? Mr. Mafidon, do you know why you are saying those things? Let me tell you something. Do you know why you are saying those things? Like you said, they are also part of it. Mr. Mafidon, look at it this way. The West they were able to control their system to its minimum. That is why you and I, everybody that is talking right here, were able to live in it. They have not ruled out that there will be no crime. There are still people moving drugs and all this. They are, but you will still have that. We have it to its minimum. It's not the way it has decomposed, the way ours have been. I don't know if you understand. Whereby you will see somebody who will just be killing somebody on the way and nobody is looking at it. He will just kill his own fellow human being. No, you say nothing they happen. I don't know if you understand. So moving all those things, that is why they say crime. It happens everywhere, but the ability for you to control it to its minimum, so that it doesn't become an epidemic.
Machiavelli,
are you listening to me? I can listen to you. I'm listening.
Yes, Alex said something about how our children are growing. Let's quickly just see this brief one. This is very funny. From Delta, 3 children left Delta to Benin to come and learn how to be Yahoo.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly
see how that. Yeah, I saw it today.
This one, I think it was yesterday or the first day I saw it. I just kept it.
Yeah. What you say una want to make una come this gate?
They say the one called hustle.
So which kind also? Huh?
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Now I want to do Yahoo.
Voila, deal.
Just watch. Listen.
No?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
Huh?
Just one person.
How old you dey?
This year now complete 16.
You?
This year I complete 14.
You?
15. 15.
15, 16, 14, thereabout. They left Delta State, just listen to their reason. They left Delta State, they come Benin, come to find where they want to get master or guy, as small as they are, they want to learn Yahoo. This is what we are saying. They learn from our government and the community where we dey. That's why. If you don't care about your community, that's it. Well, just listen more.
Okay. What you make una they look for where una want also do Yahoo?
Because as the young pursue us, I'm going to start to defend where we stay.
Who pursue una?
And you guess where we stay with now?
I pursue una. For which community?
It's a Bali community.
Now una they stay.
Yes.
So una the family where una want do Yahoo?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Where una mama una papa?
You know the said.
Where they dey?
They for data.
Una papa una mama no say una dey Edo State.
Yes, yes.
Wetin happen now?
As in, we don't tell you just now.
Okay.
The family will they go every day. We not get enough for the art. Any small tool do that, they start to the cost us. So now they call pursue us. Now they start to defend.
Now, I just want to bring that one board. Make we see now. If children like this, we'll see where would they go, because me, I grow like this. When I they grow as a young man, where they go? After school, where they go? He said that I go library, or I go meet my mama, go help her small. From there, I go play my football, then I go end up from church. Those things, because the next day, when you go school, oh God, when you go school, they ask questions, you don't feel raise hand up. That problem for my school. Now, I don't belong to grammar school. I go, they say a bad school, but till today, I know what I learned for that school. Every topic for the next day, the syllabus of the whole term day with you. That is each day, you know what they want to teach. Not be say they come class, come confuse you. The topic for today, when you do it tomorrow, all the subject topic, you don't already get on the syllabus. So you go read against tomorrow, so that when they go ask you question, now I take get many friends who, when they go ask question, my hand don't go up, because I know say they must ask, and I disgrace. So that if they call you, for each ever topic, you go fit answer. That is, you don't link up to people.
May I say something here?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, you see, if you look at the past was like a paradise, though we never really see it that way. Now, these children, they find themselves in this situation because of negligence. Everything we are discussing here today, the foundation to all, as far as this modern world is concerned, is the government, not individual, because the society and the government is one. If you want to separate it, there's no way you can separate society from the government. So it's the government. Actually, we Nigerians, we need to question ourselves whether do we really have government. We don't have government, to my own opinion, but we have a president that sees Nigeria as his property. And I'm from Edo State. I have a governor also who sees Edo State as his property. And that is not government. We are in a serious, like these children for Delta. The Delta State governor sees Delta State as his property. I'm just telling you. The true structure of government died when this Bermuda, when they end their tenure and these military guys took over, particularly for the Edo and Delta people. Because immediately the military took over, they went to Wazobia agreement that people from Midwest cannot even rule with them. Nobody from that region was accepted to be a governor. They brought someone from North. Now, I want to draw you back. If you look at before those guys came, like the one we're talking about those days, we say we have agricultural extension. People who go to villages to go and teach people how to farm from Ministry of Agriculture. Now, because Ogbemudia and Ali lay foundation for proper ministries to function, that's why this department were able to do their job. So when the military guys came, they dismantled the entire ministries, appoint people that never have knowledge of what was going on there. They just want to dictate Nigeria into something good or the state. And they don't even have connection to the Edo and Delta people, like when we abandoned. So they continue to bring foreigners, and that is how they destroy our local life, the village life, no infrastructure, the schools and our labor to build in our villages. Even Ekboma University, I think in Yenga closed it down. So they were just there, you know, killing the entire system. So when we enter this democracy, they also wrote a constitution whereby they even deny the traditional rulers so many rights to even have a say. No, a constitution whereby they don't even nothing on ground apart from for them to seize the country and make it their property. So as we speak today, even if we still want to, hello,
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Very big problem.
So you can see currently, imagine these children now, they don't even have something to eat. They don't have a place to stay. Before they left their parents, it's because the father has given up. He can't provide for them. He now see them as a burden. In our days, we were like an asset to our parents. Even when they don't have money, they will send us to go and learn job. They will send us to go to school. Imagine someone in Oriomo, you send your child to Edo to go and learn work. Look at the stress. Look at what they went through for which to even bust off primary school, secondary school, even the university certificate that we are talking about today. Somebody from Ovia, somebody from this side, they dismantle the foundation for the Bender future. And they have been enjoying this nonsense for so many years. And that's why I say I believe in my Midwest, because they cannot come here and be deceiving us. They never contributed. Like, we have lost it totally. We need to tell ourselves the truth. The government is not there. If we have a government today that want to really lead us, they will first of all be the one that we identify this menace that is eating our place. One, it is corruption that led to all these things we are talking about. How can you come out overnight? You start building universities and you have never registered a single industry. And the worst part of it, as we speak today, do you know, it's only these poor market women, all these bus drivers that pay tax. Can Obaseki publish any tax that he has collected from the company he is awarding those contracts to? Can he publish any tax they collected from company Oshomole was awarding those schools to? The school Red Roof that never last 7 years, which he was also part of. So you can see they are there to destroy the future. For me, I believe spiritually, people have to really think what is wrong. Because I don't see a situation where people are well exposed. They went to America to go and study. They travel all over the world. They use their height to see good things, only for them to come back to their own place to always use the money to perpetrate evil. Is that not sad, my brother? Let us be sincere. It's painful.
My brother, you have spoken well perfectly. You see, hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like I always said, I said Nigeria is being ruled or being governed by tenants because the real people who owns it, they have been pushed aside. So I say tenants cannot take care of the house very well. That's what I do say to myself. You understand? So before this colonial administrative, we all know who the Beninese are in that country. We know them. So they were pushed aside, just as my brother said. never to rule that country, never to take care of or manage a very important position in that country. So that is the one problem. The number two problem, they are like our ancestors who fought to protect that nation, that country, that empire. I believe 100% they are not angry. They are not happy now. They are angry.
They are not happy, my brother. They are not happy at all. They are not happy.
They are not happy. They are not happy because what they fought for, they become in vain. They didn't get anything, nothing. No glory is being given to them. They are not being remembered. You understand those things? So it is. We want to look it from that way. It is very important, and we have to look it from that way. It's spiritual in that area. And there is one thing I do say to myself when I see that video you showed just now. You see, in this generation, you have to catch them young. If you don't catch them young, these little children, if you don't imbibe in them the positive knowledge, you see what that person will take them from you, they will the negative knowledge in them and they will destroy the society. So that is the aspect where the government have failed totally, and also parents. Also, so the parents have paid and the government have paid. That is what is making society is the way it is now. And I saw somebody writing in the comments that we don't need democracy anymore. And I tell you the true meaning of democracy, the real meaning is democracy is of two words: demon and crafty. And crafty is some crafty is
but the Europeans are enjoying their own.
Yes, it's a secret demon. So that is the one we are practicing in Africa, and that is the reward.
Well,
the democracy.
The whole definition for democracy is funny, but me, I would prefer to go for the definition of my how would I call it, one of my idol fella, demonstration of Chris.
In Africa, that is how it is. In Africa, not in the Western world.
They're not normal.
You see,
they're not normal.
I want to come in here. You know, one thing I believe, for democracy to work, people must build upon the foundation of their ancestors, or else it will not work. I will give you an example. The United Kingdom, they've still made sure they have constitutional chapters that protect their monarchic heritage. It's in their constitution. So the Queen still have some role that may not be visible.
We're going to let you go. Somebody's calling up now.
Midwest. That one is because of the system they are using.
Let's listen.
No, listen. The system.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
When they were designing, listen.
Okay.
Hello, we have a caller.
Let's wait.
Where you're calling from and your name and
good evening. I am calling from Germany.
Oh, I greet you. Hi, Germany.
Germany is fine. My name is Kenneth Eru.
Oh, Oga Kenneth. You're welcome.
I hear, bro.
Thank you very much.
Your cap, I like him. Like I think we're there for take selfies with you. I like him, man.
And I get them too. That's why they use this one. The one black and white. I still get one black red. I wish you didn't hear me. For some of the share.
Thank you, bro. So my little contribution is that picking with one spoil not by saying government support. Because I remember back then I was just 4 years old with my parents, their voice. So my dad, I stayed with my dad back then in Zelu. Grow up, suffer, go lower primary school. This is early 81, Come finish primary school, cause enter secondary school, So the problem we I see for Nigeria is that people with one joint court, people with one bag go bag, people with one thing go thief. Not by say parents did there. Now depend on the kind of friends where you associate yourself with. Then determine your life, how you want to stand your life.
Okay.
That's other side. So the second side is again about our government. This agriculture of it is back then we get Minister of Agri, they will come teach you, the Commissioner for Agri will come teach you for
agricultural extension.
Passport, all those things back then.
Yes.
Go wrong, Oluwa plans go challenge, go do competition that time. It has for school to school.
Yes.
Those days don't go because you know why? Night government they taught all our brain. The program was even like blessed the chief for our brain. The program all of us. You see, when Obasa can come down to you, other one will still come again.
Your voice go down, why?
Until you say we carry the gun by the horn, we fight. But you fight, let me say, fight to carry go the kill. Until you stand still, say, we know the great game, make the kill or make the word the see and say, make the key, make the one key. Anytime people, I tell one people one time when I knew come Germany, say, oh, I pray make these people deport me, or I pray me they don't give me proper, or me I go back to Nigeria. Because I just say, if I go house, I don't know I want to start my life. Maybe I'll become dead killer, or I'll go be rebel to the country, you know. So I think all those hello.
Yes, would they listen to you?
So I think all those thoughts that year, you know, because the problem we will get is our citizens, our youth. It be like the government don't program us, not chips. It be like a SIM card. They don't program our brain. We know the think more again. You see election the corner next year now. They give person 5,000, you don't enter house, you go to seek the next government praise. That one go see rule later again. On thing. We did diaspora, some of our brothers we still get sense with the house until we start say make people kill us. If one state don't start up for Nigeria, change is not within Nigeria. Maybe I don't state start or Lagos state start or how start or one state start. Nigeria cannot change. When you want in 10,000 you're going to bring state called Nigeria. The corrupt politician go out and go say, what should they do? You want to rule like Ali at the end, you can't go prison. You know, get house to show for. Nappy the system. They don't program us. Like my contribution, my brother, may I live with.
All right, somebody else. Thank you. Hello. You'll be trying. I just could need to take you because before the thing cut. Tell us where they call from and your name. Make you tell us what's in your mind.
Now maybe Mr. Alice. I talk like you.
Oh, Alice, you don't call again. I greet you, Alice. Thank you. Thank you. My brother, not be my fault. I need to be like them. They say that they get Nigeria. I mean, one job they get Nigeria.
How many cow you gonna get?
I never get any cow. Very soon I go apply through the state government. Then say get cow.
Yes, I've been following since we are under a cow government nowadays, from federal to state and local.
Yeah.
I've been following the argument that government and British whatever took over our system. For me, I would not really buy it because I know that British invasion of Edo State or Nigeria really cost a lot of things. They looted our history away to their museum. But we are not the only ones. British conquered. British conquered a lot of countries. British were in India. They destroyed India. The British were in parts of China, Hong Kong. British were everywhere. Through the colonial, British and French. Europeans were everywhere. So why is our own different in Nigeria? So the point is, it falls down to our government and our parents. Croatia was just founded in 1991. They didn't lose their value.
Okay.
They were under another country before. Croatia, they were just founded in 1991. They became a country in 1991. I'm not hearing that the youth are killing people to make money. So our parents, last 10, 15, 20 years, they are the ones that led children to grandfather, to uncles, and they would travel to Lagos, Abuja, and abroad. These children grew up so quickly. 14 years old, 15 years old. Nobody can talk to them again. They started joining gangs, and this is what now got into their head, and they are seeing the way people are displaying wealth from our politicians. So it entered their head. Everybody wants to drive a big car. Imagine a 14-year-old boy is driving a car of 10 million. No authority is stopping that car to ask this boy, where are your parents? No authority. That's where the government also come in. I expect by now, with the social media publicity on the rampant killings of small girls, by now a reasonable government would have set up a crack team to crack on these underage boys. At least they are the government have right. They are not up to the age of
no.
To say, I want to live my life.
Let me talk to this caller, please.
The government have to to set up a crack team to salvage this whole problem. It's getting worse.
I want to talk to this caller.
Midwest will answer you.
Okay, my brother, you see, we cannot be calling upon something that is not in existence to come and help us. As to me, I believe we don't have government in Nigeria. That is one thing you have to also buy into. Because the government is not in existence. So, and because it's not in existence, that is why we find ourselves in this terrible situation. It's a total messed up. But we have a governor. With the way Nigeria is structured, like my state, the governor of my state sees Edo State as his property. You understand me? So Delta State governor sees state. Buhari sees Nigeria as his property. After all, is the one, nobody questioning. If you look at all his action, if it's a country where you have government, by now he wouldn't have been in that seat. So if you also look at your governor or the past governors, they're not supposed to be a celebrity in our street. It's just because it's so very unfortunate. All we just have to pray for, as you said, the ancestors of the Benins, those who resisted this colonization. It is our time, particularly Benin people have to go for a proper memorial ground for all of them so that we can continue to celebrate it annually. People fought and resist this colonization. And again, do you know this independent? Antonio Naro, the day that Antonio Naro submitted a letter for Nigeria independent, during then, to ask for such a thing was a death penalty. Do you see Antonio Naro in any picture of the currency? Have you seen anything federal government, apart from Edo State, where they now say, okay, Antonio Naro Hall, that is, most of our parliament, Edo State House of Assembly, they name it after him. Have you heard of, apart from that place, have you heard of his name in anywhere? So I will tell you, this country, first of all, we are supposed to be the one that's supposed to see this country. It's not our place. Even calling ourselves Nigeria, I don't think my ancestors are happy. And there is no way we can continue to preach Nigeria or election and expect things to change. The good people gave birth to the bad. What do you expect the bad to give birth to? That's what we are seeing in the street today. And this is just the beginning of it. So if you have a government that cannot take care of our citizens and you want the best for your citizens, it's totally not going to work. Take abroad, you are in Germany there. The number of children, the so-called government, they are telling you, they tell they are practicing Western government. The number of children that is going to start school next year, the German government knew it already since like 2 years ago. They are already making provision. People that's going to start school next year. They know the population and they also make an estimate in case maybe somebody came here as a refugee.
Can I come in there, sir? You are very right. Can I come in there?
Yeah.
Yes, these Western powers, the type of them. I think democracy now has brother, sister, uncle, father, and mother, because the democracy they give us in Africa is a scam. Because they have their own type of democracy that everything is working. They have accountability. They have transparency. They have human rights. But they are the ones making our leaders, teaching them the bad democracy, telling them how to kill us if we come out to protest, allowing them to bring money to Germany and France and to England, and they call that democracy. You see the hypocrisy of these Western powers. I cannot continue to blame anybody for my own personal problem as a country. But I'll tell you that these Western powers, all they care about in us is the natural resources they are getting in our continent, nothing else. And they give us a caricature democracy. What they practice in their country is different. They have constant lights. They have water to drink. They have security. They have good transportation. They have good agriculture. They have youth program. Youth can be well cared for. They have social system. But they will not allow our leaders to do that. When Gaddafi was doing it, all hell was let loose. They called him a demon. He was a dictator. He was this and that. So they came together and they killed him one way or the other. Any country in Africa that wants to bring up a different kind of more caring and more people-oriented system of government, America and Europe will start bringing out their searchlights on that country. Unfortunately, now countries are beginning to wake up to seize power. I don't support violence or military government, but we are tired of colonial domination. You will not believe it. Each time we have a presidential election, Prince Harry or one royal family must visit. It's like that in every continent, every country where they have big colonial masters before. And then they will say somebody from Germany or France or something.
I totally support you. This one way they talk, you they talk fast. But for me, I want to think it the other way. These people who they call Western, what do we call them? These yellow people, they're not really white. They're not white. Nobody white. They are just yellow.
Yeah.
They are yellow people. They're not white at all. Because if they
Or
find
brown.
white, check sky. Check white color. Now, white color, anybody look like this, they're not white. They are yellow people. They just like Potoki to us. So these people now, this Potoki, where we drive, same one go, they say, okay, we leave them for now. I not to blame them. I will not blame them too much because they say now rats where they house. Now they call the one they push say food they here can't eat. The one they push no say food they not go come. You not go come because you don't know how to take weight. You don't know how to take day. Until the one in their house, we don't understand the house, say, come, we go fit runner, I go show you, now me, they live here. Call runner. So now our hand is our fault. Okay, Mali now, just like you just said, Mali of recent has just made a speech. They don't want to belong to ECOWAS. They've told France to leave their city, removed everything that belonged to them. That is, they are waking up to say, this is my place. I want to rule it the way we want. If you not give them access, they are not here with us. Now, me and you, we blah, 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 that flower. That would they see. They are there. If they're not, if we not give them that access, we say, no, we want to be patriotic to our country. We want to really be like you people. You think so they go forcefully come bend our hand?
You're right. You're right. It's 50-50.
You see, let me quickly throw something in. You see, Mali's situation is because the Russians are already on ground. When Soviet Union collapsed, the world became the West and the European world. And that is where we got it wrong. So they started selecting those that will rule us. And that is how they destroyed the entire world. And if you look at countries that is not in line with them, politically, economically, they can, even Mali, there's no way Mali is going to succeed because economically, it's going to be very challenging for them. It's a landlord country, except Russia have to take full responsibility, which I feel they will not like to invest into, but may God help them to see it and say, let us do it good and show to Africa that we are here. Because
anyway, let's quickly welcome my brother. I'm coming, Alex. I'm coming. You round up.
Check Singapore. Singapore developed. They don't have democracy. Malaysia don't have democracy. If you check the Asia Tigers, they don't have democracy. We don't need democracy. Let's find another government that suits us, that recognizes every part of Nigeria as human beings.
Okay.
No, listen. For me, you don't know what is on ground. If you are advocating for a military administration in Nigeria, that is a mistake because it is the same Fulani that is going to take it.
We don't need democracy.
Let's quickly, please. We have one brother that just joined us. My brother from another mother, Mr. Akin. Akin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, brother?
I dey hear you, Aki. You don't come today now. Wahala between me and
Aki, you are welcome.
good evening to everybody in the house, man. Good evening to all of you. Good evening, Alex. And it's Machiavelli still there.
Machiavelli is here.
Okay, good evening to Machiavelli as well, and both lefties.
I greet you.
What I have to do now is call one lefty.
No. Aki, I first seen a problem in one course. Which one be good lefty? You see good for my name? I'm just lefties.
I said both lefties. Both lefties.
Okay, thank you. Both. Thank you. Wesley.
Both lefties.
I'm not being Mr. No, I say where they claim good comrade. I'm just leftist.
No. I don't say you know the claim. I say both of you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you very much. So you're welcome. You can just start from there because I recognize you. I don't say you don't come.
Yes, brother. So let me quickly make a quick submission to this debate today. I've listened to a lot of submissions, but the way I see it, I don't think democracy is the problem. I think it is the people that is the problem. Because in every democratic nation, what you see is that there is no one way of practicing democracy. It is not what you have in the United Kingdom is not what you have in France. What you have in France is not what you have in Germany. And what you have in Germany is not what you have in the United States. And vice versa, you go to Italy, it is different. But one thing they all do is that they took power closer to the people. I don't know if you understand. So the services that the people, that the services of government that the people require are being handled by the smallest part of government, which is the local government. In some areas, they call it local council. Okay, so but the problem that we have is that the elite, they've hijacked our own democracy. They've hijacked it to their own benefit. It is not supposed to be like that. If you remember recently, I think it was in Senegal where the president restructured the system, and they used to have 2 houses of parliament. They closed one down and they kept one. So it is all about what is good for you, what works for you democratically, because the word democracy is a situation whereby the people are the ones who will elect those people who will govern them. So that is what democracy is all about. It's just that the election process is what is the democracy. Every other thing is just a system, a structure that is put in place by the people who are supposed to be governing those who elect them. So our own one, initially they used to steal the vote anyway, so the vote never used to count. Till now it still doesn't count. So when they see that the thing is getting difficult for them to steal, they start to buy the vote from the same people that they've impoverished for over the years. By doing so, they've been able to hijack the whole system to themselves. So if you go to our National Assembly now and tell them, listen, let's have a unicameral system of House of Assembly, they will kill themselves. They know that they're not going to be there for the rest of their life. You know, they know that it's just maybe 2 terms, 3 terms, maximum 5 terms they will be there. But they will still be fighting hell bent to keep the system. I don't know why they do this thing. These people are not these people, they are not patriotic. They're all for themselves. That is the big problem for me. Because if you say let's go back to the monarchy system, don't forget it is the same people that sold our people for slaves. So we didn't have democracy then. It is the same monarchies, our traditional leaders that were selling our people to the white people as slaves.
No. That is what you are reading on paper, because you have to make a proper investigation. Listen, my brother,
it is not what I'm reading on paper. Those are the facts.
White people you can say your own, but I also have a point to say. Let me give you time to say what you want to say.
Yeah, so for me, I think democracy itself is not the problem. It is the people that are practicing it that are the problem. So for me, I still think we need to keep fighting for a serious restructuring. I think that is the only way we're going to get it right. Like I said earlier, it is very, very, very important that we focus on local government and making sure that governors are no longer the ones conducting local government elections. That was a bad idea from the beginning. You have to look, even in the Western world, where they conduct council's election, the prime minister or the president does not conduct. It is a national election. It is held like a national, like you are holding a presidential election. So why is it that this governor, whenever he like, he conduct local government election. The other governor, whenever he like, he conduct local government election. Anytime you come to your matters, it should not be like that, because that is the government that is closer to the people, and it should be given priority that it deserves. So it should be a national election that goes ahead and be conducted by INEC itself.
Yeah, can I quickly say something? Like, look, if you said that monarchy were the one who were selling our people, first of all, Africans don't know how to sell human being before the white make it. And most of the kings put up a resistance against them from the beginning, or to become a lucrative. And many kingdoms, they brought so many kingdoms down, if you search very well, in the history of Africa. Because there was a time they were trying to cover up so many things, and they came out with different kind of narration. Like a letter that was written, a clear letter that was written to the British Parliament, or the Queen of England then, before Benin was invaded. Those people make it clear that if they fought Benin, because they were afraid bringing war there, that whatever they spend on that war, the palace of Benin is so rich, what is there will pay for it. And then they went again and started making propaganda about the people that live in those areas, so that they can win the heart of their people back home, in their newspaper, in everything, so that they can create propaganda for people to believe that these people are barbaric, they were killing themselves, they are using human for rituals, they are doing this, and this was what they were publishing. But on the ground, they were not preparing for a war and using propaganda to win the heart of their people, and at the same time calculating how they will recover the cost. You see it now. So most of our history has been tempered. Not that I'm telling you some kings were not involved, but that wasn't the way it was. We should also talk about so many kingdoms that resisted them and they defeat which they defeat and later take over their people. You understand me? So that is vice versa. That is not good anyway whether on the part of the European or the part of Africans. I am not saying we should go back to monarchy system of government completely, but I will tell you, people who have tasted a monarchy system of government that are practicing democracy today, they build the foundation of their democracy just the way you said, that in Germany, they have different kind of democracy. In Spain, they have different, but they are all the same. So what they do is that they look at their history. That is why in Sweden, those who read history is as valuable as someone that read nuclear scientist. So they look at their history, where they are coming from, and that is where they build their democracy upon. Today, you still have the king.
Sorry, my brother.
Alex,
yeah.
Yes. We have a caller. I want to take this caller. Maybe you can come directly if you can, but let's hear from this computer. Okay. Caller, please tell us where you're calling from and your name. Thank you very much.
Mr. Midwest to West Katabo. Echo Wadenium. It's too much, my brother. Thank you very much. You see,
thank you, brother.
Sometimes we have to narrate our history. Africa never sell Africa for slavery. Those people that are saying it, they read it on Google. That those useless Westerners put there. The first African people who came to America, they were no slaves. Never, they were no slaves. Let me give you an instance how this thing works, how they lie. You make a point just that they will use lie, they will lie against you. So they will have something to hold to. When they are dealing with you, they will be telling people this is what you are doing. That's the reason why we are doing this. This is how they work. That is how they run that colonial issue. Let me give you one example. Like in this Western world now, we have like people like agents that will give people jobs. So it's just like the first people who came to America, they were just they came, they were there, they were working. The white men people, the Westerners came over to Africa against her. Those people that came with us to our country then, they are working, they are living fair. Will you give us another people so they can come and work? We pay them, they can come back, we can teach them skills or whatever we want to teach them. Having this courage and this kind of trust with them, that's okay. If you can do it. They take these people, you go if you pay them and bring them back to us. Then maybe in that process, I'm just giving an instance. Maybe in that process, it's okay. You have to give us the way they give them these people. They're not saying that those people no. We don't need to pay them. We don't need to ask them. They now started enslaving everybody, using force to pack African people to go and work for them. But initial plan, the first time, this is not how it was. They told them that these people are going to come to this place, will work for us, they will come back if we allow them. So people went there willingly. At the time when people realized that, those people, they are using for slavery and killing us, now you have a story that from the boat that were going, they tried to return the boat back because there were conflict on the sea.
It happened.
The boat was hijacked. So this is how it is. Africa never sell Africa for slavery. Even recently, Obama made such a statement. Africa never stole Africa for slavery. Let's not stop these lies and stop this. These are colonial mindsets. It makes us to hate ourselves. It makes us to continue to fight ourselves. We say it's like
divide and conquer.
Sold us to these people. They never. There's a saying in Benin that said,
okay. And not only Benin, when you talk about a continent, just broadly, they brought so many kingdoms down, they replaced so many kings to make sure they continue their evil.
Okay, sorry guys, can I quickly come in? Please?
Yeah, you are free.
Okay, sorry. I think what we need to understand was when we talk about, say, the slave trade, we need to understand it never took place in every part of Africa. There are some certain areas where it happened and where it was really, really concentrated. We need to understand that part.
It took place in all Africa. It took place in all Africa.
No. That is not the fact.
Okay.
That is not the fact. So it only happened in society, in more concentrated area. Okay, so let's get that part right. And secondly, let's not misunderstand. Let's not misunderstand colonialism and slavery. Those were two different eras. The era of colonialism was different. That was the time when the West came in. Sorry.
Who be the police where they our midst?
Hello.
I don't know if that.
Akim, are you still there? Okay, Akim don't. Yeah, no, I didn't lost. He mute himself. Maybe he's talking with somebody.
Yeah, it's like a police officer. So the language that came out there was like a walkie-talkie stuff.
Maybe they were. But meanwhile, before Akim come back, make we watch this video. This video, somebody, I think you were, somebody like you, I think you were talking about it before. One woman, the woman ever thanked Jesus Christ for rescuing him.
Wait,
let's watch the video together.
See, somebody's mother.
I thank you for rescuing me. I thank you, Abba Father.
Ew.
I thank you, Holy Spirit, for rescuing me and giving me life. I thank you, Abba Father. Be glorified.
That is, let's go to the video, continue. This is how it happened.
This in real life. Somebody wanted to use her mother for ritual.
The real stuff, man.
The story goes like this. A suspected ritualist attacked the mom with a knife in Imo. This one happened in January 26. Residents of Hero apartment opposite Concord Hotel, New Owerri, Imo State, were shocked in the early hours of Monday when a mother, Mrs. Eziada Chika Mbachu, who was invited by her 38-year-old son, named Withhead, was attacked and inflicted with several knife cuts when his alleged plan to kill the woman for ritual purpose failed. One of the neighbors who apprehended the suspect ritualist told the Daily Post that the woman who suspected foul play through action of the son started screaming and raised the alarm, which now prompted the people to come into her rescue. He said, if not for the quick intervention of the neighbor, who also suspected that the young man may be into Yahoo Plus, the woman would have been dead by now. According to him, the mother was shouting and calling for help with bloodstains and wounds on all her body. The woman's cry attracted some neighbors who came to her rescue. When the son saw many people coming, he stopped attacking the mother. The source said that the bloodstain on the suspect mother also gave more insight into what may have transpired to create the suspicion of ritual killing induced action.
Wow.
He said the woman has been rushed to the Federal Medical Center, Owerri, for treatment because of the knife cut. The police have arrested the boy and taken him to the station. The victim, Mrs. Mbachu, who is said to be a parishioner at the Holy Trinity Catholic Parish at World Bank in Owerri, while reacting, thank God and neighbors for saving her life. She said, thank God for rescuing me. I thank my neighbor for rescuing me. I thank everybody who came to my rescue. God is in heaven. I say honor to your name. Daily Post gathered that the police in New Owerri have taken over the matter. Meanwhile, the police spokesman in the state, Michael Alberton, said they had not briefed, promised to call the DPO of the area where the incident happened. Let's continue to see some of the miraculous blood
The guy
stain.
wanted to kill his mom for rituals, man. Things they happen, man. I want to drive back.
Things they happen, my brother. It's serious.
You see, that's why we took this. I took this topic today: the danger of not paying attention to societal ill. So with this, we all must be careful of our brothers, sisters, mothers, father, and everybody around us.
That's a reason.
Since we now, that's why if this is the danger when we're not paying attention, because when this thing started happening, we all see it as, some of us parents see it as a way out. At the end, we became the engine oil.
A victim.
Engine, yes. The mother that said go and do, at the end, you became the engine oil to
do what your mates are doing. Yeah.
Some of the father also, brothers that were supporting, at the end, because they didn't bother, they want the way out. We understood, yes, the government failed woefully. Poverty led to some of these things, like one we saw before, women taking children, their kids to bandage for sex, women going out of hard way now.
It's a serious issue.
Sleeping outside because of poverty. They call it poverty. That is what they call it, but they forgot our mothers suffered more
than them.
They suffered more with cassava, going to the farm, using gas now. Still, our papa will carry one fine girl come. The mama go still give her water, take bath, shift, come off of bed, make it sleep. They suffered too much, but they were able to sustain and keep the family on. These ones where they never see anything, where they know they complain, and that is, I don't tire. We need now to be very, very, very careful. Look at a son where mama carry for 9 months, breastfeed, suffer, take care of, grow. You can't think that the mama, not good for you to make money because you want to ride what? G-Wagon. I don't know the kind of car you want to build. And the worst of all, look at the life they are living. Now, few even know how to invest their money. Now, hotel that they live, carry women. The same women when they run, pursue, they don't follow me when they don't get money. They'll still use them to make the money. You see, that's why we need to be very careful.
See, my brother, what I want to say here, if you look at what is trending, this is spiritual issue. People are there who are educated, and when you bring someone, when you do this, then we will turn it around, you will be rich. But if you look at the way they are catching people, you hardly see them leading you to where the rituals live. You understand me? Now, if you look at the situation we find ourselves is very, very, very complex. Complex because it's like we have lost all. Traditionally that we are talking about, even in the days of tradition where people, worship idols and with blood, they only do it with animal blood. And that is the one we knew that people were practicing. And they kill this animal to save human life. If it's not involved that if you don't do this thing, person will die, they will not even go and buy those animals. I'm just telling you the truth. They value life.
Can I come in here? Thank you very much, Mr. Midwest.
Okay.
Mr. Midwest, I so much, when you talk, that's why when you started before, I'm so much happy that somebody like you is here, and we should be talking on all these things so that our people can know how alarming this thing is right now. And I'm always happy when I see people like you, when I hang out with you guys talking to you, it makes me more educated because I know people right here, some of you guys are more talented and more educated than I am. So sitting down to rub shoulders with you and talk about issues like this, it makes me happy. Now, this issue, we have been singing about it. let me tell you, my people, Nigerians, we are running out of time.
It's true.
If we don't grab this thing right now, how do we grab it? Is to eliminate and remove all these bad leaders that has led this thing and put things straight. Otherwise, they will wipe out the whole of us with this nonsense. I'm telling you, with this whole nonsense.
You don't trust your brother. You don't trust your wife. You don't trust
Some
your
of us
son.
are
You don't
warming
trust
up
your mother.
now. Yes, some of us are warming up now. We are happy. Politics is coming because you have your selfish interest. My brothers and my sister, if we don't do it now, time is running. We don't even have the time because the way this thing is moving rapidly, the whole 36 states they are suffering it badly.
Yeah.
You must be ready to tell these people and remove them. Don't buy the idea of saying we have billion. They are deceiving you. This is why our country is decaying, it's smelling with these atrocities. Some of them are there. Some of them died in the desert in Libya. They couldn't get home. Some died in the Mediterranean Sea. They couldn't get home. Some even in our state are even crying because of the blood spilling around in the street like water. You cannot see some people who just bring out a fellow human being and start killing them, and you see them using they are videoing it and sending it to the social media as if they are just, it's like chicken. This is an atrocity, and we must be very, very careful. Otherwise, that thing you will not see it again. So that is why we are begging you.
My worry is this, when I look at both like the spiritual leaders, why are they so quiet? Because the reason is
they don't, because the thing has also robbed them, my brother. It has robbed them.
Nobody knows what to do again because it's so complex. The politicians have destroyed the entire systems. You see, look at my brother. We lost all. I was discussing with somebody some few days ago. I said, I was watching a burial ceremony. I said, but this kind of burial that they are praising in Nigeria, and they call it Christian burial. Have you ever seen any place in the world where they do this kind of burial?
Impossible.
Apart from maybe in Africa.
Impossible.
You only sit in Africa, and they will tell you it's Western. I told this guy, this is not Western. There is nothing like Oibo or Christianity here. Even in those days, if somebody died, that area will be as cold as anything you can talk of. Everybody will be, grab the fear of someone is departing. It's so quiet.
If you see that they carry coffee, if you see people carry coffee, street, people will run enter house. Children
those days, everybody whenever reach 18 years will run enter house fear. Now they will use.
Sorry, can I come in, please?
I will let me your land. Now they use it to play in the street. Small children of 5 years is brave enough to look at coffee. No teaching of God's fearing from the people who preach the Bible. They only preach different things.
Brave enough to look at it and they sleep inside coffee.
Okay.
Sorry, can I come in, please?
Come in, just
come in.
Yeah, sorry, by now. So you see this thing, I think this thing the way I see it, these are not new. Okay, these things have been with us over time, but what we need to understand is that these are not like the general attitude of our people. We need to understand that within any society, you have the weak ones. And I use myself as an example. This idea that bad governance and poverty and all of those things are the reasons why these things are happening. I know that poverty, fine, but I do not want to subscribe to those logic personally, because I just believe that sometimes from the way I grew up, I never grew up with any silver spoon. Okay, I grew up on the street, and I've been in a situation whereby temptations have arrived, whereby you have some certain kind of offer for you to go and do some certain things. But I have been in the position to be able to say, no, you know what, I'm not going to participate in these actions. But then, if I could have made those decisions then, it could have led to something else, and I wouldn't be where I am today. But I was able to show courage. I was able to show patience. Things were not good. Things were rough. But then we need to start to understand in life that life is almost like people on the queue, right? Life is almost like it's like people on the queue, and there's a torchlight. So when it gets to your turn, they will flash the torchlight on top of you, and that is your own opportunity in life. So maybe there are some people, there are maybe 20, 30 positions on that queue. There are times for them to just wait for that light to shine upon them. They don't want to be patient, and that is weak mind, my brother. Maybe, okay, let's put it this way. You see that boy now, you'll be shocked that he's not the only child that woman have. So what if the other ones have killed the woman before? Which one will he go kill to do the money we want to do? So we have to single out individual evils and call them out for what they are. The boy is an evil person, is evil-minded, and we have to isolate such attitude and such behavior, and don't just see it as what came out of bad governance. We should not be using bad governance to excuse such attitude. If you go and steal maybe a food now, I'll say, okay, maybe he's hungry. You want to kill your mother. You want to kill your mother.
Let me tell you why we bring government. Okay, let me tell you why I always bring government. Like as you said earlier, we almost say the same thing here. You said we don't have local government. The government is not close to the people. Originally, we don't even have government. What we have is that we have a representative who handle a position that believe that that position make them to see where they're supposed to lead or manage at their property. So not even their property that they're supposed to have their own connection to, but something they can just, like the way colonial master used to do their thing, because they know it was not their own, so they are there to destroy it.
My brother, if that guy went to go and steal bread and fish and something, I say okay, fine, but he wants to kill his mom.
Yeah, but you know the aspect we are talking. You know the aspect we are talking about now. This guy is like 25 years. There are guys now around 16, 18. They were 3 who knew one of their girlfriend. That one happened yesterday. They butchered the girl before they were caught at the western part. This one, this my brother just showed, happened in Abuja either 3 or 4 days ago or so. Then there was 3 children from Delta State who came to Benin, 14, 15, 16 years, who said they are coming to Benin to do Yahoo. So if you look at the way the dynamic at which the thing, is moving in our society, it has come to a point where the leaders themselves, if I wish, they believe that this place is their their country, and they need to fix it good for now and the unborn generation, and look for a way to lay foundation, because they cannot solve all our problems. But it's very unfortunate they don't talk about it.
Okay.
My brother, let us call evil what is evil. Okay, what is evil?
Evil has been there, but when it becomes so rampant in a society, society,
you say let's call what is evil evil.
What is evil? Let's call it evil.
Just let me explain few things. Is our government not evil? If the government of today, just listen to me. If the government of today, all these things have been happening, you see it in the news. Have you seen government, the people you call leaders, the patriotic leaders, knowing that souls are going because of money, if they are not involved? Have you seen them going after, making statements?
Coming out with a measure to even address it.
Looking for these people, getting consigned? I tell you what, I tell you it's a government failure. Because the primary duty of the government is to protect life and properties. Election is coming. Most of them will be needing human part because they believe spirituality that will help them. And these are the associates. Many of them are involved in this demonic act. They are into cultism. They are into different shrine. So my brother, I tell you what, if you say you don't want to believe it's government because during your time, it is not common like this. So during my time,
common, brother. My brother, they used to lock us. Listen, they used to lock us inside house because of Gomo. Well, not be beneath you grow. What do you talk about so? They used to lock us inside house because of Gomo. My mom would go to market and lock us inside the house.
Listen to me.
When they were stealing children on the street.
Akin, Listen to me. The bomb
Was it children that was killing people?
People like me, see, where they wear this cap, we they know them, not be we. The bomb, we know them. All these are Naja.
Do you know they took children from Olafamare school?
My brother, the bomb they talk, we know them. People from the north. I tell you,
they were not even the Benin self. They were foreigners.
They were foreigners. This
Sudanese.
You see,
we are afraid of them.
This ritual killing started with the 3 tribes of Nigeria. If you want to make money, it's either you go west, where money from come, or you go look for this bomb people, or you go east with their big tribe. And again, our home video not help us. If you watch everything, every episode, they must put riches, connect riches with shrine.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that this is not. That is why I'm saying that this is no longer an issue of hunger. What these people are striving for is extreme wealth. Okay, somebody that wants to kill his mom. Somebody that wants to kill his mom. It's not hunger. It is extreme wealth. What is one? He wants to have mansion.
Let us not argue here. Let me say something about wealth.
My brother said before, the churches are not involved because some of the church don't check their shrine. They are involved.
That's why they don't preach the fear of God. Because when our Bishop Idahosa was alive, 90% of his message was fear of God. And now look at what these people preach today. They preach wealth, prosperity, you will harvest, you will claim, come associate so that you can become over-rich overnight. Come
example by getting,
you see,
they are very
they
rich.
destroy everything. Is it burial we want to do today? Look at what they designed for us, and they call burial, they call Christian burial, and they eliminated our own traditional burial. Look at what they practice today. Do you see this in any place of the world?
What is Christian burial?
Then you should ask our pastors. You go to Benin and see what they practice. Go to East, go to Edo, go to Lagos.
I don't understand. What is Christian burial?
My dear brother, listen, the one I know when I was growing up as a Benin, there is a traditional way to bury their loved ones. And when they are doing it, everywhere is quiet. People, they don't, when I was growing up, if you see a coffin, you will be afraid of your own life. There are something for you to see and fear. There are traditions and rules on ground that if you don't do this will happen to you. Even the Christians that were preaching there like Idahosa, they preach fear of God. You understand me at the early stage? So the society was not as rotten as the way it is today. We are talking about 16, 20 years old boy. 16 years, my dear brother, old knife, remove somebody's head. It's very, his own girlfriend for that matter, someone that you are fell in love with. So it's something that we need to really talk about. Like as you said, the government, capitalism was designed for people to make wealth. Capitalism was designed for people to make profit. That is why the Western world, the way they design their capitalism, we don't even have it in our curriculum at all. It doesn't match what they are teaching our people. It doesn't match what we practice. Because, for example, here in abroad, or let me just say in Sweden, my income, all what I earned last year, the government have record of it. So they know my weight. Whatever Mr. A, the king of the country, it must be audited. Everything the king of Sweden earned, like 2021, by May, June, 2022 is going to be audited. I that is talking to you, they are going to audit me. They're going to send me a letter. This is what you earn. If my money is too small, they will balance it for me. If my own is too big, they have to return to them. There are ways they calculate this. All the entire Europe, all the entire Western world, do we have this in our place? So you can see that the government just make the country like we have someone to represent us, and they turn the place to their property so easily. So okay, somebody that if I should want to buy informatic today, if I buy informatic,
tell us where you're calling from and your name.
Good evening, sir. I'm coming from Mr. Pius, sir.
Okay, Mr. Pius, I greet you.
Yeah. God bless you. Hello, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I've been listening to this program since. You know the problem we are having in Africa? Let me tell you the truth. It's Christianity that destroys our tradition. The problem we are having in home today is because of Christianity. You see marriages destroying Christianity. The problem we are having today, you see children doesn't respect their father, they don't respect their mother, it's Christianity. You see the problem we are having today, all those cultists, they are killing themselves. The time we were growing up, it was not like this. It's Christianity. Because they don't, the time we were growing up, we hear about repent for the kingdom of God early in the morning. But you fear, you will be thinking that God want to come the next day. You only like to do good. You only like to do things. There is time that we were growing up when they say the world want to end. Everybody were stealing their property, everything. I still remember, even though this bomb we are talking about, that time when they send you a message, the mother will spit on the ground. They say you market. They say before if this spit dry, something is going to happen to you. You will run and run for that spit not to dry. And it's going to dry, so your living is dry. Because they let you to know, they build you up well. But when Christianity come, even though that time of Christianity, Cali Church, it was very good. You understand? Everybody fear about God. When you go to church, church will be silent. Everybody. So, but when Pentecostal, even the time of Daosa, you fear when he's talking about God.
Yeah.
You understand? I remember Daosa. He said, "I'm building, I destroy things that evil." Yeah, in the door, people are building on that one. People were talking that's argument, but nowadays, you know what they preach? Prosperity inside the church, competition within the youth. I'm telling you now, I'm not about inside the church. Competition inside the church will be telling somebody that is no war. They will make a group, you leader, everything. About 4 group or 5 groups inside the church, they will be asking for money, big money, competition. They will telling them how to dress well, you have to dress well. But your mother don't have the money. They don't children there. They are looking for any way to get money to be the best inside the church. I'm telling you, the problem we are having is church. That is the problem we're having in that, even though in Nigeria, not just there, just in Nigeria. Do you see the things that's happening in Nigeria? Do you see all the churches, they keep quiet, they don't sit up? As the youth, they are dying. Have you ever hear they're preaching it in the church, they should stop? Have you ever heard? Even though this land grabbing now, you ever hear say, no, you should not be killing ourselves because of that, this world is not our own? All those things, they are vanity. When the pastor, they are doing competition with jet and everything, they are building the biggest Catholic church all over the whole world. Nowadays, they are just doing. If you see a woman, you see a woman of 50 years, you will be needing that to a pastor of 25 years inside the church, but his husband doesn't respect his husband at all. That's the problem we have with church.
Sometimes they will even arrange another man for him if you divorce, come and marry him.
Before church supposed to let people to know about that this world is not our world. Those things, they are vanity upon vanity. That's why the Bible says, train the child the way he will grow. When he grow, he will not depart away from it. Church is supposed to have made to train the children well in the fear of God. But nowadays, they train the children the way to make money, the way to want to look for money, Yahoo. You understand? That is just what I want to say. The problem I have is church.
Okay, sir.
Church is the problem we are having.
I want to offend many of you now. Mr. Pius, thank you very much. But I want to offend many of you. You see, you and our brother Midwest, each time you people have been talking, Susan, they mention one name. You mention the same name. Midwest have been saying Mr. Daosa. My personal opinion is just personal to me because I grew for I not grew for any other states.
Yeah.
Me, leftists, they say Daosa join people with poor church. I get my reasons.
Yeah.
It also now bring revolutionary for church, Pentecostal competition. They also now bring a stadium. Now bring this competition.
Stadium what?
Let me finish. Now bring equal television.
I don't understand that. Let make me ask. Stadium what?
I want just begin talk. Just allow me because we don't carry us go another place. It also now start this. Put your hand for up. Anything in your pocket, bring an heart for God. You see, all the people in the house are trained. Many of them today, they all train on that Dausa. It also now start this 419 for church. But today, sir, where Igbo television worldwide is gone, vanity upon vanity. In the university land where he carry, the university don't they come out for where he did, in another land they go. 2, everything, we hear so many things. It also started the problem in Christianity. You open their eye. You go, they bring some miracle what they do today now. That also started. That also now start this miracle. He was making so much money, become papa. All what they do today now, that also show them.
Okay.
Why I want praise that kind
okay, make I tell you why I praise. Listen to some aspect of it.
Okay, I see they talk. When they also die, When the house die, church scatter. The people where they do, where sabi learn how to speak the tongues, where know the trick, they want to take over. Wahala come. Now there's problems for come. They carry them, they give wife. From wife, where picking group, they give them. Meaning to say a personality. That's what all of them are doing today.
Yeah.
Do you know that Catholic Church, where you mention, they are not perfect? I'm a Catholic. I still go that direction of church. I go look whether they do this kind. Many fake miracle. They know where hospital they where they sick. They no go. They go proclaim miracle. All go happen. Like the house has started. Now, the Catholic Church when they talk, they hear miracle. They not be church. You hear anyone Reverend Father get one church or property. Not be Jesus Christ. Not be Jesus Christ. They say you follow.
Jesus are helping people. That they do.
They go remove you.
My
Go
brother,
with only your bag.
I said they are doing only. I always say the truth. I say they do Jesus and they only help people. That's what they do.
The church, the schools where Catholic open at Holy Cross. I went to Holy Cross Primary School. Where be Ogolana. Now Catholic Church. Now established. It was free. That is when I see where Father go they come pray for all of us. You get out when they come, they go whole service. Now from there, now I fall in love. Now I go Catholic. I can't be man server. From there, I want to be priest. My man not agree. As I go there for house, I would sleep say I did Hebrew. I would sleep see myself forever because of that mentality. I don't say they're pure, they're not pure. No one perfect. But to some extent, this greediness of wealth, inheritance, not the Catholic. Now diocese. If you just do what they don't like now, parishioner just Bishop, I mean, this Reverend Father, blah, say he not clean. They don't remove her. Nobody get her. Nobody get her. But
Okay,
today,
let me say something
today, call Oyedupo. Okay, let me go to what's this church? Deeper Life. Do you know? I was in number 27, Oba Hawaii, at this small because I come more from New Benin, go to my sister for Oba Hawaii for Ogbe. I come to go Ogbe Primary School. There's this Oshari, he get red television, black and white. I will never forget. This is about 80 something. I can't remember whether 84 or so. At the primary school. I can never forget this day. And the thing, anytime I remember, they cry. This, their church, I don't forget his name, who get a Deeper Life. He so much convinced them, say me they not look. Yes, Kumoyi, say me they not look television. That's why if I look about television, if I get to artist stomach. He said me they not look television again. Say television now sing. Oh shari for my eye. Carry red, black and white. Red. Carry put for outside. For street. Carry some other document where the Kumoyi condemn. He light up. He burn television on the wall. Can Kumuyi still remember that preaching? Today, he's on television.
I agree with you. I agree with you to some extent. Look at where I mentioned this something.
So when it 419 be 419.
No, my brother, listen. When Idahosa started, and during the time or at the early stage, I have never been to his church as a member. Most of the church that were coming out then, they always preach salvation, fear of God, repent. The kingdom of God is like the way our brother said. So that was the kind of Christianity that was affecting us in our land, irrespective of place, particularly in the southern part of Nigeria. And again, it also grew up in an environment that was designed with traditional culture. Everybody have his own role to play. So it was raised up according to the Benin culture and tradition. As I said earlier, there were doctrines that Idahosa never even busy to be preaching, like adultery. Adultery was a taboo in Benin. It is, we know. So people don't even...
Naturally, my brother, as we talk, traditionally, adultery, bros, no go to adultery. If you don't be simple man underwear.
Stealing, listen on, stealing from...
the guy go crack.
Stealing was a crime, because why? If you steal in the village, they have shrine, they have so many things they will swear. Every parents raise up their children with the fear of the tradition and God. So we lost it, as I can say, when Idahosa died, finally, or before he died, getting to the era when he was getting older, a lot of things started happening. For me, I think we have reached a critical condition whereby the so-called spiritual leader in all levels, They should start seeing this problem as a very big problem because it's very dangerous. We cannot expect a 16 years. Yeah.
You can continue.
A 16 years old boy to take someone's life. 16 years old boy. No, that one is so strange, man.
Okay, guys. Okay, with Archbishop Benson, I think I only saw him once, and I remember that day there was a crusade inside the school, the secondary school I attended, the Osa Grammar School, because I live around that area. So we went, me and my friend, we went to that crusade. I think he was a guest in that. Archbishop Benson also was a guest in that crusade that evening, and I think the verse that he preached that day, my brother, I'm telling you, this is years and years ago. I still haven't forgotten. It was Jeremiah chapter 18. Okay, and the way the man preached that verse, like the thing got into me that day, I was like, wow. And since that day, that verse is like you open somebody's head and you put it inside. And that I've always, and anytime I remember Benson Dausa, that is what comes to my mind. So I will say that I think no. I'm just saying that is what I always remember of him as a person, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not someone I know like that. So I will say that, you know, I want you guys to understand one thing, that we as people, we have our own independent mind to make decisions for ourselves. Why did I say this? So I remember there was a time I was if you are familiar with that Uselu area very well, that road, Bermuda Street, there's a church there, Evidence of the Gospel Ministry. That church,
Christ Embassy.
I know Christ Embassy, but I'm just saying Evidence. Yeah, at that time, that church was just coming up. He hasn't built that big one in say or that side. The one he built that side. So that church was still coming up. So me and my friend, we went for one evening service, and this is why I'm trying to say, like, people have to have their own independent mind whatever you are doing. So when the man was not around, the pastor was not around, it was his wife that was taking service that evening, and then when she finished that service, then she came up with something and said, "Oh, Papa went to the United States to preach the gospel of God, that we need to raise money to buy his return ticket." So me and my friend, we now look at each other. First we won't go abroad, don't be return ticket they buy. I'm saying you go buy, you know say you go come back now, so you go buy return ticket. Why you go not go buy return ticket? So straight away, I question the decision for you to ask me to start donating money to buy a ticket, because I have my own independent mind. I question the decision for you to start extorting money from people, because that is extortion. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So wherever you are as people, okay, it was like when the one Suleiman did last time now, whereby he said he was crediting people's account. Come on, you don't have to be that dumb. I don't know if you understand. You must have your own independent mind. You must be able to question. It doesn't mean that you are a Satan or you are a pagan. You're just being human.
Okay, let me quickly answer you. I'm sorry. If you get independent mind, me get independent mind. You see, people are gullible because the government failed. Can they do this in abroad? Where you have your house, you can eat, even if you don't have a job. There's security.
Yeah, brother, but this is what I'm telling you now. I didn't have a house then. I didn't have a job then. I was still a kid.
Let me quickly say something. Can I say something here?
I wasn't rich.
Can I say something? You see, during the days, let me just the days like Igbenedion administration, the challenges that was before his administration is lesser than what is confronting Obaseki today. The next government that is coming is going to face another huge one, times 10 of more than what Obaseki is facing. The reason is that there is no single foundation to build upon. We don't even have government. We have to be sincere. And that's why things are like this. Government is designed to control people. That is what we are missing in our place.
They give room to individuals.
They give room to everything. Like here in abroad, my brother, the system control everybody. The system here control the king. The system control the president. The system control the governor. It control the local government council. So it automatically control the individual, the common man. It control even the immigrant that is coming. They design a system to control them immediately you arrive.
Hakeem, do you know that the Pope does not have a private jet?
It doesn't have.
If he's going to anywhere, he can enter the same bus.
See,
you enter.
Ferrari design only Pope car. That version. No other person can have it in the world. The day they gave it to him, he did not even enter inside. He just told them to sell it. They should use the money to go and feed the poor. Spain,
my brother, listen.
If you give it to our pastor in Nigeria, say now only home. Now that one go to follow the old crusade where one go make it and say they different. So we get problem.
You go wear the suit of 2 million. You go say
we get problem because the thing is when we neglect things, the government, our government have neglected. Yeah, look at what I want to put.
They're going after our wives, they are going to our children, because that's the only place when you say I'm going to church.
Okay, my brother, let us also look at it like this way. Why I said the government has paid. These children, some of them the government supposed to, like here, you cannot just be of that age. You don't have something you are doing. Once you once you are 4 years old or 5 years, your parents will receive a letter that you will be starting school next year. They will remind you. The government will remind you because they took notes of the existence of that child. So okay, immediately you start that primary school, by law, you are to attend that school to 16 years, the whole European country and most of the developing world. You must attend that school to 16 years of age. Now, during this period, if you are absent one day, your teacher in the class, we put it in a system, and that system we allot so many departments in the country. You understand me? Just one day absent during the time supposed to be in the class. Okay, you see the way they manage their things. They are very careful because they are trying to avoid this kind of something. Okay, now once you are 16 of age, they start giving you right as an adult. It is led for you to say, I want to go to upper secondary school, because 16 is when you normally complete your junior secondary school. If it is Sweden,
my brother,
I want to quickly round up something. If it is SS, senior secondary school you want to go, most of the European country, that is where you choose what you want to do for a living. If you want to be a mechanical engineer, you start it from upper secondary school in Sweden. And if they train you with their secondary school certificate, which they call gymnasium, Germany is the same thing, Spain is the same thing, France is the same thing. Once you get this gymnasium, they will create two opportunities for you. One, you are not qualified for labor market, then you are already 18. The second one, or 19, the second one, you are qualified for a direct admission to further your education. You don't need any exam, like JAMB, like another one that you invest in yourself with the certain exam. You can see the rottenness. Everything we are designing in our place just for few people to enrich themselves, not even to address any single problem. So it's a big problem.
This one you are saying is government that is sponsoring it to. It's government money.
Yes.
It's not your money.
No.
They must say it for interim. That's why I said they should cancel NYSC.
So listen, my brother, once you start working, if you have a loan, you start paying.
Go back. Training.
If you loan money, you have access to free money here. You can loan money for that school. Once you get your employment, imagine the money they have been spending for, they are able to account it. Once you start working, they start coming there and start taking it. Sometimes they took what is too big. You can tell them, I have a responsibility. This is what I can pay. They start getting their money back.
They know you have a responsibility.
So like our place, the system was just like they root out the entire system, because there was a time we were having a system.
Your name and where you're calling from. Hello. Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
I'm calling from UK.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Harry. The girl that normally call.
Okay, Oga Harry, I greet you.
God bless you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah. How is everything now?
We bless God, though. You can see the wahala what we did. Like all of us, they inside, though.
The truth is that, you see, when they talk, everything are the truth. I forgot it that this bros name where this reading.
Akin?
No,
Midwest people.
Okay, Midwest.
Okay, Midwest. You see, I like the way he's, you know, his idea, the way he's giving a point, and is the truth. You see, the truth of the matter is that the Nigerian government failed, as he said. That is why everybody is taking advantage of whatsoever they are doing to make money. Okay, you are talking about, you know, you guys are talking about the Christianity in Nigeria. It's because of the government actually failed. That is why you see churches, all these big parts, all these GOs, they are taking advantage to make money, which is the truth.
Now, Mommy Gio, the rain now, you go to Fire. And she go to buy, go stay one room, they take picture. They snap picture, they show herself. She don't know, say she go Fire.
My brother, nobody has anyone been there? Has anyone been there? That is the question. Who don't go there? Who don't reach the heaven come back?
Brother, talk, Jared. This is just the pepper me for body.
The truth is that most of these 90% of the pastors, they are just using the gospel for their belly. Are you with me, bro?
That be like some of us will be activists. That's what that be. The hustle that day. Some of us do not hustle with it.
90% are using the gospel for their belly. They don't even believe that there is heaven.
They don't believe again. They don't believe again.
Some of the things that the scripture have already said this. So if you are a Bible student, you will know some of this thing that is happening is not is something that needs to happen. But it doesn't mean that Christianity is not real. Christianity is real. Jesus Christ, there is heaven, there is hell.
Oga Harry.
Yes.
You know, say who would they talk? Since nobody talk say no real. Nobody talk say heaven or hell. None of us don't go. But for our conscience, we know say something they way good.
Yeah.
So me and you know, we both know the truth. Some people not the quick know the truth until it all over them. Me and you know say yes, Christianity is real, but this Christianity, none of the Christianity according to the Bible, because now Jesus Christ say make we follow. Jesus Christ not come carry people wife or daughter for here. Jesus Christ not come do business, open school that people don't go fit go. If you open that for free, Jesus Christ not carry DSS. If you say make him believe in spirit, you know why he can't use government, human government, they cover body. Now you see maybe they believe you. Jesus cannot say, oh, take a picture, go protect us. Now we just they put a picture, you not talk so. So Christianity, if we really want to follow Christianity the way it is a very simple thing. He said, love yourself.
Christianity is light.
He said, love yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. He said, may look mirror. If you don't say enough, you shoot yourself, knife. Not shoot your neighbor. Yeah. He said, not think of tomorrow. Whatever you have today, be satisfied, contentment. Are they contented? So are we judging by this simple rule?
See, everything this guy is enjoying from the United Kingdom, they were laid by the Anglicans. Everything we are enjoying today in Europe, they were laid by the Catholic. In Spain, all the tax we pay, everything.
Tell me now, where Christo Yakilome, he don't do miracle, where he go end up?
He go America.
Oh, he's not American.
No, South Africa again, Abi.
My brother, South Africa, UK, America, all these men, they know what they do.
So you know the Nigeria?
This not be the topic for today, Sha. I know one may I can't be saying some people now can't be like pagan. May not be pagan.
No, the truth is that what you that they talk, not be lie. The truth is that if our spiritual leader really want to help that country, it's easier for them.
Only one of them go fit help that country with the money where they get.
See, let me say, okay, let me quickly say something here. There is a reason why they cannot help. Please, the reason is this. You know why they cannot help? I want to tell you.
Somebody like Atiku, in the past election, he came back, he went to go and meet this General Abacha.
That Yoruba man. Winners.
Yes, winners.
Tribalistic Christian man. We get, I don't know, live there.
So now, this guy, Buhari go meet Adeboye and Doza, and they not say these two people, no one will feel help this nation. So the truth of the matter is that if these people want to really help that nation, they have the power to help the nation. But even the corruption don't start church.
They don't get the power. They are businessmen.
See, my brother, can I say something?
They get population. In fact, how you going to just guess where we say you don't say yes, you don't fit do anything.
If government not fair, church will not do plenty.
That is the truth.
Don't be that. That one I truth.
Not the Europe.
I want to quickly say something,
for Europe.
Make I quickly say something here, I beg.
Come on.
Can I say something?
The church when they go for here. The church when they go for here.
But I say you know the year.
Pastor will tell you, say, if you want to pay your tithe, just pay them online because government will see everything when you pay.
I beg. Thank you. We will still give Mr. Midwest time, make it talk before we begin one round because we'll talk.
Okay. Yeah, see, what I want to say is this: anything that is good can be offensive. Democracy is not a bad something, but at the same time, you can weaponize it and use it to destroy people, and that is what the Westerners have done against us. Then, secondly, even the religion, the church we are talking about, or Christianity is light. I will tell you that. All the entire tax that we are paying in Europe today, as far as all those countries that is connected to the Roma is concerned, like Portugal, Spain, France, even go reach Italy and all, they were all from the Bible. When I was in Spain, if I work every month, if I earn salary, there is a 10%. There is some money they take from my, that 110 they are talking about. They took it from my salary and they hand over it to Catholic. As we speak today, they still go to the Catholic Church. Then most of these, even the Anglican you are talking about in United Kingdom, they play a lot of role to structure that country, not on individual. That is why when you look at the way they use that church, they use to build a society and make sure they lay foundation to help the future. And most of this taxation is from Bible. It says take from the rich. They will say, I can't remember the exactly, so that you can be able to have enough to take care of the rest people that doesn't have. And that's exactly what they are doing. Here you hear them, they pay somebody that is not working. Some people will be thinking that just like Nigeria style where government want to do anything, you hear budget. No, they are taking from someone that is working. They raise those money from people that are working, and they put it together and use it to help the one that doesn't have job that very particular time. You see, it's just like common sense from the scripture. They were able to develop their society. Our own, they turn it to business, individual business, and it becomes a very big mess to the entire society. If we don't change the way they do things today, if they don't change it, the next governor or government that is coming to rule us, my man, they are going to face a total mess because the country refused to lay foundation, particularly since we entered this so-called democracy that Obasa just started. They have never added anything good to that country. And that is what is metamorphosing or growing into these various problems that you are seeing that is coming out. And more is going to come out in the nearest future if care is not taken. Because we don't have the government to help the people. That is why a 16-year-old boy is so hopeless. He doesn't know where water will come from. And sometimes they see people driving big car. They now believe that when you have this car, you have enough money to spend. That is just life. A German citizen that even make that car, 80% of German citizens don't even have 1,000 euro in their account. But they have access to that car you want to keep somebody for. They have even driven it and it's not second-hand. But in our country, they design it to see money, until you have money, you cannot taste anything. But those who brought this system of government to us are able to help their people, provide for them, while the people are sponsoring the government.
If we talk from here today, we'll not go finish. Make I quickly just I'll give you time. I want to quickly acknowledge some people here. like Israel, Johnny, Vivian Darose, Mommy Diaspora, who again? Rita Adams, Favor is a baby also. Yes. And who again? Who again? Let me take this call before this person will come. Yes, hello. Please go ahead with your contribution. Tell us where you are calling from. Hello. I can hear you. Good evening.
Well done. Interesting conversation.
I greet you, sir.
My own take for all this one is to be sincere, no matter how we look at all these things.
Bros, what will be your name? Where they call from?
My name is Chris. I call from Dublin. Sorry.
Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Okay. What I try to say, no matter how we look all these things, even pastor, we get fake pastor, fake this, that, everything still in the hand of government. Because the truth is saying, if our government is okay, majority of these people when they go church, they're not going to go church for miracle. They're going to go church because they want to serve God.
Yes.
So because that sense of say they gullible or they not they gullible, that one go come out. Yes. If people they problem, they go want to do anything to solve their problem.
Yes.
Take for example now, people go hospital to pay, they not pay for hospital to do this one, they not fit. And they go see one man of God who tell them say, if you bring offering 500 naira or 200 naira, if he give you miracle, that sickness which they find will go cure him. Tell me, why people like that not be gullible? Why would they not be gullible?
Okay.
They will be gullible because when government pauperize people, so the people will lose their sense of accountability. They not go fit it think properly again.
Yes.
If we will leave people alone, those people who they call gullibility, it's different from people to people. Some people are gullible to the religion, while some people are gullible to government.
Yes.
You see a lot of people, even with all these things, we be very clear. Whoever they do so. A lot of people, they don't still see anything wrong with them.
Yes.
If you talk about the issue of local government election, a lot of people will come out, go explain why there should be no local government election. Look the issue of the House of Assembly. A lot of people will still get reason why PC Obaseki is right with what they do with the House of Assembly people.
That's correct.
Gullibility is different from place to place. Now, even the worst form of gullibility is political gullibility. How can you actually have people blaming Oshomole, calling Oshomole names, and they exonerate Obaseki? For somebody that served in Oshomole's government for this long, he was part and parcel of the running of the administration of Oshomole. He was like the NGO, and you come out today to come and point to Oshomole very bad, and you separate Obaseki from it. That's another form of gullibility.
That be politics.
If you look at all these things critically, there's no way you could ever fit to blame the common man for the streets. No way. Because when people are in desperate need, they will go for solution wherever they want it from.
Yes.
Then concerning whether democracy is deceiving us or not, it's time we Africans, when we take responsibility for ourselves, we have to take responsibility. Even if we don't win democracy, we blind, we don't see the way they operate their own. Why can't we operate our own like that? Now, if they stop us, we get refinery, not the work. Now, they still stop us, we will not do it. Like local government election, now they go to go stop they not local government election. So, for all this generalization, for the big and fine, we know that is how they are. But the truth is that we must take responsibility for ourselves. We must do that.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, back to comment section. Catfish Farm. Frata, I see you. Who again? Osaga Miegawa Ko. I see you. That name one caught my tongue. And Abe Johnny, I see you. And Drone Quest, I see you. Who again we I never see for here. Because now if we dey here, we not go come out. We Grace Imafidon, well done. I see you. Who again? Who again? Who again? I never see. Sam, I see you in Abulele. This man wey carry Chinese name, I don't feel pronounce this name. Okay, get as it be, but you know yourself. Na Chinese name, Adam, Rita Adam. I see you very well. Andrew Omokao, hi. Joseph Sunday, I see you. Who again? Who again? I never see. And for those people, Mr. Rock, I see you. Father Evangelist, man of God, I see you. And for those people who don't be calling for the program, I think our first caller today was Alice. Alice, thank you very much. Followed by Emma Freedom from France. We appreciate you. And Kenneth Ero can call from Germany. Oh no, that was a wonderful one. The Pious can call us. Henry UK can call us now. Chris from Dublin can finally call us. So we they say thank you for all of you now they contribute for this program. We will soon round up. But Mr. Engineer Ken they try reach us, but at the taste I wait for them. And for those people who participate, like Midwest Republic, bros, with big respect because the history where they your head. You supposed to call the teacher for Nigeria network. Maybe for get the guesses. They not go allow us go there. Like me now, if I go now, once they'll take me full animal now once. Whether I know I don't know, they go appreciate me. That's why they dress like this, because that's the only way for Nigeria. Machiavelli, yes, we know say you said no, not that evil man. We thank you. Oga Akim, that one, oh no, that one they think out of the box. That meeting like I know they follow the road, oh, they follow. It is all of us go get hellfire, only you go heaven because they say only one person a narrow road. You don't know say not be like that. We self still go the heaven. Left it oh, that one gets programmed today. Otherwise, that one another left is where I believe in. So as we the test time, they wait for Engineer Ken, whether I go call us back. So we will just make everybody the round up with maybe 2 minutes move for round up for today. Akin, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here, brother.
Okay, just try round up because time don't too go.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity again. As I was saying earlier, you made a submission earlier that a man that was a member of Deeper Life, the way he brought his TV out and set it on fire.
Yeah.
But this is why I said earlier that was not due to a poverty or a government of anything to do with government. That was just a man that have digested some levels of beliefs. You understand? So whatever it's almost like someone who has been brainwashed by that leader. So the fact that this man was not able to have his own personal independent mind to think for himself. That is not a problem of government. That is a problem from the man himself. That is what I'm trying to say. So if you go to a place of worship and the pastor is preaching, and then you don't have your own thinking cap on top of your head, that is your own problem. If the pastor, some people, what about people who have a car and then they go and donate a car to the church? That is not a poor man. The poor man does not have a car. So you cannot have a car and donate a car to the church, and then you start complaining that it is government. That is not a poor person. So this is why I'm trying to explain to people that what a lot of the problem that we say are religion issue, a lot of them have to do with us as individuals. The fact that we are not able to question the authority at whatever level, be in church or be a government. That is the problem. If I go to a church and the pastor is preaching, if he said things I don't agree with, I'm not going to accept it. It's not like I'm going to take microphone and start questioning him. No, but in my own mind, I'll just say, no, that is not right. I'll just say it in my own mind. The fact that I'm there, doesn't mean that you have to tell me all sorts of nonsense and I'm going to take everything from you. No, it doesn't work like that.
Thank you.
That
Your
is why
2
I
minutes
say,
over. We accept your deposition. Say some of us now our brain I be now our mumu now they lead us to follow all these people. But now still government make us some of us mumu. Before we go further, I know they like to say people call. I know go pick one person call again, but we don't round up. Okay, let's take you. Hello, tell us where you're calling from and your name, please.
Yeah, this is Mr. Bios. Last time I finished calling, I was driving to office, but
Okay.
I'm not at work now.
Okay, Bios.
We were talking about just now. I was still listening to you before I reached work.
Okay.
So let me tell you, as you were saying just now, we know that maybe something happened. You know, that time we were at home, as I was saying. Before you can watch television, maybe we go to the next neighbor, black and white television. Sometimes you won't carry local Z paper. They will use to comb the face.
Television will get cupboard, you get key.
Okay, my brother. That time, people fear God. Even that time of the house, as you were saying just now, don't you know anything about that? I know that that's how we even challenge this Abraham, the one of that native daughter. He was challenging through television. We watch sometimes. That fear is there. That fear is there. Maybe you understand. Because I know we all hear about born again, repent for the kingdom of God. You fear. They tell you about things of God. You make you to fear. You see, you will not like to harm your neighbor. You will not like to teach something in school. You understand? You cannot even fight your friend who even though in school that time. But nowadays, it doesn't happen like that. So I said the problem we are having is from the church. I know what I'm talking about.
So we agree with you, sir. We agree with you.
If church
we
really
agree with you.
something about the fear of God, you know what something? They brainwash everybody inside the church. The first thing they do, they will put fear inside you.
You see what
my brother, the biggest,
our tradition that time, he put fear of our body. That's why we see something for ground. We know they pick. Even if we pick, we all they wait for. We go play a start to the fan who get them because of the fear.
Lefties. That time you are talking about. That time you are talking about the biggest armed robbery gang to ever come out of Edo State in the history of Edo State, Lawrence Anini, it came at that time. So my brother, these are not excuses. We should stop using those things as an excuse. Anini did not happen today. It happened at the same time you are talking about. I'm telling you, they used to lock us inside house. When my mom is going to the market, she lock us inside house before she go to market. Because of Gomo.
Okay.
Those things did not happen today.
Akin, let me also give you an example.
We don't tell you say the word perfect. We say it was better than. No time we tell you say the word perfect.
It was not better, brother. You know why you think it's better? Let me explain something to you. It was not better. You know why you think? Do you know why you think it's better? Do you know why you think it's better? Let me explain something to you.
Would they fit each to everybody go eat?
Lefties, hold on, let me explain something to you.
Would they visit ourselves? What would they fear that our king? Would they open windows?
Lefties, hold on. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you.
Finish.
Let me explain something to you. Hold on. Let me explain something. You remember the atrocity that Obasanjo committed in Odi with the Nigerian army. Do you still remember?
Yes.
Okay. The amount of people that were killed.
Yes, you called again.
Hello.
Yes, you called again.
Hello, bros.
Yes. Would they hear you?
I think Bros Akin is still talking.
Because of you now, you can't reduce your voice.
Okay, see how. Bros, may I tell you, that time, you know, whenever we are saying anything concerning church, if at least you have to have a kind of a proof to when you take back your point. In the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3, if you read from verse 1.
You don't go to bring church. Hey.
See what he talk. He said, this I know also, that in the last days, perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. Then false accusers, incompetent, fierce despisers, those that are good. Now it said traitors, hard-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Let me just stop there. So you see what he said. In the last days, our king in these days is worse than those days. It's very clear. And according to the West Midland Republic said, he said, no problem are coming ahead. So we are going to see worse things that
my brother, let me quickly finish what I was going before you made the call so that you can understand the difference. Let me explain. You see, I was using what Obasanjo did in OG as an example. Do you know that the coverage, the publicity, a lot of people today they still didn't know what happened there. The amount of the carnage that the Nigerian army went to commit in that community where they killed, they opened fire on Nigerian citizens, killed hundreds of people. So do you know the difference? Do you know the difference? Because the technological advancement that we have today means that every little thing that is going on, we are able to shine light on it. By that, back then, we don't have this level of exposure that we have today. So it means that a lot of things were going on the ground that were not being shined light onto. People were not aware. It's not like it is worse. Listen, those world wars that happened, did they not happen then? Have we experienced anything that is as bad as those wars then? No, we haven't. So the fact that we are getting more exposures on things today doesn't mean that it is worse today than it was then. My brother, I'm telling you, was it not there they were taking? My brother, man, not even the talk left.
You do well.
Let me quickly round up.
I've been there. You look. Maybe I don't know where you guys grew up. I don't know where you guys grew up. Yeah, I'm going to tell you now. I was born and raised in Uselu. Okay, I was born and raised in Uselu. Yeah, so I was born and raised in Uselu, and I've seen a lot of things growing up. I've seen a lot of things growing up. I have grown up. Listen, I've grown up with people. I've grown up with people that were killed in armed robbery. So just because we are shining light on things today because of technological advancement doesn't mean that it is worse today than it was before. It's always been like, in fact, it was worse then. If I have to be honest.
I want to quickly throw something here. Why I don't agree? Why I don't agree with you? Are you saying something? What? Akim.
Please, sir, hold on. Let me quickly say this to Akim. Bros Akim.
Yeah.
See, if you
I can hear you. I can hear you.
So much. I love the way you make contribution. I love your point. But at least sometimes you have to agree to some certain things. You understand me? And there's a leftist was saying something that those days that if you will open your door, you forgot your door open, you go and sleep, and you will come back without nothing happen to your house. You understand? But can such a thing happen these days? No. At least that's not the exposure. That's not the social media advancement and technology that is exposing everything rapidly. But when we were growing up, things were not actually worse like this. We know that there was evil. We know that there was atrocity, but not the way it is.
My brother, maybe you grow up in GRA. That's why.
No, I didn't even know
GRA before I left Nigeria.
Okay, let me quickly say something. Akim, why I don't agree with you.
You don't know GRA before you come for Nigeria. We're serious. So now village you from live from all abroad straight.
See, my brother, see, me that is talking to you, I never grew up in GRA. I only just pass by. That's all. You understand me? Not like going to go and live inside GRA before I left Nigeria. So, Akim, I don't agree with you for one reason. In the history, Akin, let me tell you why. In the history of crime, in the history of crime in our...
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
This guy is still talking because I don't know what to say. Can I say something?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Okay, you see, Akim, the crime of today is getting higher in our place. Any place where scientific knowledge is not properly embraced worldwide, the government, they are seeing themselves in a chaotic crime scenario. It is the same technology that is reporting crime that is still helping to keep society. In Sweden, there is still murder case, but yet you see the government in action. In Sweden, in France, there are crimes. In Germany, there are still crimes. So, but they are able to tackle this crime. In our own case, when I was growing up, I have never had 16-year-old boy be so courageous, lure someone to somewhere. The purpose of luring that person is to remove his skull, to take up his private part. I have never seen such a crime. But I don't know whether it was happening. But for me, I think many people here will also be on my side to say they never witnessed that. So that is to tell you the level at which things are changing in our land. And the dynamic is so high. If the government of today cannot just come out like us, Obaseki will come out like, look, we are failed. We don't really have government. What can we do to move? Listen, I'm just telling you, like president of the country have to admit that Nigeria is not working. It's not working for all of us. The state governors have to admit that, look, it's not working. Let us do something. As I said earlier, our problem is more or less like spiritual problem. To me, I'm fully convinced. We need to look at back to where we are coming from. There is no country that have fought a civil war that never have a place where they say it was designed for the memory, just to remember these people, lay them to peace. Some place in Europe, they take flower there. As I told you, even like place like Poland, everywhere, they are Catholic country. There is a day in the year, probably there's holiday. They go to bury ground, they put flower there, show love to their lost ones. Not to talk of the one that they killed in war. The Biafra war, there was a lot of evil, genocide and innocent blood that died, and the government failed to even build a memorial for this. Spiritually, we are building on a 40 ground. That is why you see someone that went to United States to obtain a certificate. The person will come back to his own place to come and develop his place. He will be ruling the place as if it's just like an animal. You cannot see any improvement in whatever is or any of his policy. Like today, you go to Benin, people are clapping. They are doing road. They will be digging gutter. Ask your governor whether I don't see where they dig governor for this world, where he don't go. Where he say, Oibo, they dig that kind of gutter as a solution to address erosion.
Midwest people, yeah. Listen, in terms of bad governance, I agree with you. I support you on that part. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do, I know what make we carry and go politics today.
Yeah.
On Friday.
No, not politics. No, I'm not going into politics. I'm just saying, if he's talking about bad governance, I'm not going to. I agree with him.
I want to
you can say we don't have.
Yes, I saw your pure comment section.
We don't even have. They are just there to enrich themselves.
For everybody that have contributed. If we continue to discuss this today, we will not live here because we all know where.
This question.
Wait, at the come, you go round up. You go finally round up. Somebody asks because you talk that time. You go touch somebody for where they fear. I don't know how much the person don't get for account or the things where they plan to do where you never do. I mean, Madam Vivian that Rose or so. He said, "You mean you the talk say the world will end now?" So she not happy. Okay. Vivian de Rose say whether you talk say the word will end. Well, Madam Vivian de Rose. Now since when they brought me, I go help you. Wait, you go come. Now I say you go round up before I close.
Okay.
Vivian de Rose. Now since when they born me, I begin grow. Now they hear say the word will end tomorrow and next tomorrow. Because of the bad things, as we progress, we they go towards the end of the road. Because the Bible talks say when so many things will not be normal, it don't be plenty. No say now they will they wind up. Now making talk so. Even me before artists I don't go see this age. That I can't read day close to God well. I know they cause, I know they do anything, I know they commit any sin. But as time they go, as I say the thing, I can't see myself backslide small and I see their life. So the more the bad things they continue, the more will they wind up. Now I mean not fear. If you get money, please send out to Niger Watch. You know as they be. Thank you very much. So bros, round up Moka for just close the discussion.
Okay. God bless that sister. God bless that sister. The truth of the matter is that, you see, when they tell say the world will end, you know, the Bible says something. He said it's appointed unto a man wants to die after death judgment. Now, Jesus Christ is coming back, but the place that is dangerous is that when you don't give your life to God and you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior, if death means that person, Jesus Christ don't come for that person, like the life of that person don't end. You understand? But what we don't need to do is that no matter what is happening, the evil that is happening, but believe in God, trust in Him, confess Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior. So if death meets me now, I'm not afraid, say I will go fire. By the grace of God, I can't go fire. You understand me? So we need to get all this knowledge. Make she not fear.
From the
but
way,
if she never give her life to God,
from the way they talk,
give her life to Christ.
from the way they talk, since my mind tell me say you go see Uncle Church. While I'm not there. God bless you. My mind they tell me say
God bless you. Okay, sir. Okay, this one, make I round up with this one, sir. So, West Midland Republic, I beg. We need to make it a come always. They call they enlighten us, they call they educate us. And bros, another thing I want, not the only Nigeria matter we go to talk. Then we still talk about the conditions of Europe. You understand me? Not until they give us, not until they present something that has to do with Europe or the Western world. Then we still learn. You understand? Okay, like this Ukraine and Russia now, the conflict where they go on there. When I still come talk about what it lead to the conflict, you understand me? All these things to just to educate us, not only Africa or Nigeria matter.
The problem is that our own too big. The one we did for our country is too big, my brother. We're not going to finish them to come get time in Russia. Our own just get worse.
Sometimes I said they do something.
60 years old boy go just carry girlfriend, remove the head. No.
This matter what you bring so. Now very good suggestion. Say mostly they talk about things of other where they have for around the world, not only our problem. Why our problem too much, you see? This other world, these people who they smoke talk about them, they're not on Nigeria. They're not there our place. Now we put their place. We not problem for to themselves. So when they look into the issue, what it make us come day here like will be their problem. We be a problem because they take care of us the way they take care of their own people. They join, they finish their food. So we now they think of the problem where we get. Why we not fit make our home like this? That's why I come to say now also about our place because our place the problem too much. Not be today. And the problem, they don't get problem like us. Even if they get problem, a minor problem, they don't get citizenship problem. As far as you be their citizen, they don't agree say be their citizen. You go see say your life not better. So Nigeria, how they give the people, they'll say they don't enter heaven. You see that they're happy. So I go take this last call. And after this, I don't go take again. Now they wait for since. Engineer care, yes. Now you are the wait for since. The moment you talk finish, I go. So go ahead with your contribution.
Okay.
Yeah, Engineer Ken, go ahead.
Bye-bye. Yeah, my brother, good afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Happy snow day to everybody.
We greet you.
You know, last week I couldn't come in. I was very sorry. You know, I took my family out for shopping, so before I could get back, it was late.
All right.
So I said today I must surely call in, and I'll be following you guys now for almost an hour.
Yes.
You know, my belief is this, and what I've seen is this. Now small, now we go blame our government for. You know, make all of us talk true. You know, now small, now we break our government for. You know, our government will not go blame small, that be the federal.
Okay.
Now the states now get problem.
And the greatest part of them all, now these are our pastors. You know, these are our pastors, they need to be checkmated.
Okay.
You know, because now there are corruption from the church pulpit. Now I can enter street.
Okay.
You know, if you see about 70% of church members, they don't go church for salvation. They go church to go show up.
Okay.
Now what they do these days? And now they're going to show up now, it's going to become competition.
Okay.
And pastor will stand for altar, they brag about the guy shoe when he wear, the guy suit when he wear, how much been in watch, how much be count when he gets. Now so they give charity. When we ask ourselves, how much in they make for return for inside church when they give charity, they give every month over 100 million naira every month. And the ones we call themselves mega pastors, we get those mega, when they call themselves, they get mega churches. They will build school, they will build hospitals. They have the least commoner for that church. In Peking, no will attend the school. And the school not that cheap. The school tier not be small. You know, you see, these people change salvation. They change Christianity to become modernized way of exploit and business.
Oh, yes, I agree with you.
You know, so now what you will be saying now we go down. What you would talk about where now be all these things so because this topic when you pray call today, make it not be one day topic.
Okay.
Yeah, make this topic is at least 3 months topic.
Okay.
Because make people know what thing they go on. Because in those days, you know, I was going to raise the Benin, back with that red sound for Benin. You know, in the 70s, in the 80s, when we they grow up, you know, we they leave our door. Person they come your house, come thief. And if you watch the Benin doctrine where we come from, now almost the same 10 commandments when we get from Bible be that.
Yes.
Go marry another man, wife, a pure abomination.
You know go try am.
If you go, a pure abomination.
You know go try am.
If you cheat, pure abomination. If you kind of what you not get, kind of enter house. No abomination, no people kill you.
You know go try am.
You know go try am. You know you are best go do farm now. And the wood when I take the market when I farmland for air. The person want touch your pepper. He go first of all inform you.
Yes.
Say my brother allow you, I call him book.
Yes.
You give her the say go take.
Yes, go take.
Go take, or if you even go far, bring things come, you go share for your neighbor. But since when Christianity enter Africa, I'm an elder in the church for over 22, 23 years. You know, since when Christianity enter Africa, when we go enter Nigeria, things change. Things change. 419 people, they attack Christianity.
This Pentecostal, now this Pentecostal.
The humans amongst the human beings in Africa, now they attack Christianity. Not be the faithful ones attack them.
Now the Pentecostal for Africa, for Nigeria and Africa.
The wrong people inside Pentecostal, the criminal.
Yes, I said Nigeria and Africa.
Yes.
Opportunity.
Now they attack. Thank you. Now they attack. Okay, see this guy will get winners. He played for Motala Mohammed Airport. He passed 4 5. Now the helicopter he buy now say don't feel the enter traffic.
Hey.
Now helicopter he buy. Those things don't be cheap money.
And
you know that the money when they buy that helicopter, it go raise over 1 million persons.
My brother, may I still tell you, as you in the top people where they mention in there, now Lepros United they swear for them, or we go they cause all different kind of cause. People we talk about them. They not see themselves.
Touch not my anointing.
They not even they see their evil. They not they see how they gain associate started they go.
Anybody that say man of God.
Now the fact be that.
Okay, it's all right.
Even that same Bible, even
church say, Bible tells, he said judgment will start from the pulpit. So now the judgment now be this. God no go ever come this earth again go judge anybody. You understand me?
Well, thank you, Ejina Ken.
We don't be children anymore.
Yes.
We don't be children anymore. We are not adults. When our parents did it for our
I want to quickly say something. So next time you try to talk about solution, we cannot be seeing this problem without trying to see what can we do.
What can we do? What can we do now for the people to open their eyes?
Solution. Let's talk about the problem.
Yeah.
As we talk about the problem, people when they listen, when they say they don't control, I use Israel terms. When they say they don't control their mindset. They don't control their mindset. They don't feed them with their mindset. They don't brainwash them. Now, what you mean by you they talk so? I said the year now, they don't going to open their eyes.
Yes. Engineer Ken, you do well.
What they know they see.
Engineer Ken, you too much. Thank you very much. Well.
I bet this matter not go end today.
We'll go continue.
If what they do every Sunday for the next 3 months, my brother.
We just do as is there now.
About time. Because enough is enough. Can you imagine? Don't be surprised, Don't be surprised. You see all these 16-year-old boys when they do rituals.
They become adult. What will happen? God. Yeah.
Now, church, they go copy them. If pastor go keep person, go use that. They do Sarah for that church, so make the church they busy. What do you call that one? Is that no blood money?
Blood money, sir. The full hand of all our leaders. Don't be only pastor. All our leaders. If you call yourself a leader, blood money in your hand. You carry a contract of 10 billion.
Mercy say solution close the old church in Nigeria. No, I don't agree.
8 million. They do the contract. You go use 4. You collect 6. And that thing will affect so many other things. Spoil so many kids from other things. And blood money. Blood money full all our leaders' hand. Contractors' hand. Leaders' hand. Church pastors' hand. Blood money. They full their hand. Anybody don't call himself leader. When they carry contract, they short change. When don't they know say this thing at 10 kobo, you go use 5 kobo do and collect the others. Now blood money because that thing go.
But my brother, is it not the same thing we are saying that it is the government? Is that how they are work contracting abroad?
Blood money, not the only church today.
No, we don't have government because we just do it like our own.
Government now give room for church if they do all this rubbish. They don't regulate them. They
don't regulate anything. And if you bring solution, few people go they think how to enrich themselves with it. That's all.
One of my program, I show one church where all of them they pray for Tinubu. Some don't the politicians now better pastor. They show better bushmeat. They pray, make to be president. 419 pastors. They collect their money.
Yes, make I shock you according to the good comment. Make I shock you.
Okay, shock me.
Back then, we remember this story. I want to tell you so. This story I want to tell you so. This story I want to tell you so. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention the person name because not very popular person. If I mention name, everybody go know. But I'm not gonna mention him. So, but the guy dad was a native doctor. So I remember then when I used to go there and chill. So one pastor they come the man place. Initially, I didn't know the man was the pastor. So one day he come. Now a parowa, say now how my pastor, like I say, pastor going to native doctor. I was shocked, my brother. Like that day, I said, what? So this is what I'm saying to my people. That listen, when you go to look, if you say God is your father, just put yourself now. You have children, and one of your child wants something from you. That child cannot go to another of his brother or sister and say, please, can you go and tell daddy to give me this? That child will come to you and ask you for that thing. Then you will say, okay, my son, my daughter, yeah, that is it. So why is it that our people, they said God is their father, but when they want to ask God for something, they believe that they have to go to somebody else to help them ask God for that? It doesn't make, listen, I just say use logic, common logic. It doesn't make sense. If I want something from God, I don't go to pastor to pray for me. You understand? I will not go to a pastor to pray for me. Yeah, but it is just logic. You just need to apply common sense. If you say God is your father,
let me
why do
quickly
you
throw something here.
have to go to
My
somebody
brother.
else?
Okay,
why do you have
let
to
me
go to
quickly.
somebody else to demand something from your father? It doesn't make sense.
Look at our society when our ancestors were not reading Bible. If you go sleep with another person's wife, now juju they say go keep person, I make people stay away. Don't steal from somebody's farm. Now juju they talk say go keep person if you steal from there. If you not respect your father and your mother in the morning, there's a consequences. If you look at it, just imagine then the same way people are not calling this ritual something. Okay, if someone is sick, people go rally around, they'll go buy goat, those who practice it, or whether cock or whatever things, to save someone else's life, they buy animals. But today, people are now using human beings, not for one thing, just for money. That's all. Because the society is now in place. How can you imagine a Nigerian citizen will just come out and start a project that requires billions of nairas? Most of our millionaires, since we entered this democracy, do you see any of them, their father was having business before they become a millionaire? They were just nobody like me and you. The money they're supposed to develop the country, they diverted, or they make sure they dismantle the system that have to encourage accountability and transparency. That is why we don't have local government. We don't have anything.
For those who care to listen, you don't talk. If this leadership, yes.
To me, Africa as a continent is not ready for democratic governance. Government. No more go back to military regime. That better pass.
May God forbid, because if the Fulani grab the military regime, if Fulani grab that power again, you go hear something, my brother. You hear? If any military come today, we not fight, we not liberate ourselves, it's gone.
Okay. The same leaders.
We cannot wish for military government to.
Military government, may God forbid.
Majority of the recovery that we are seeing recovery now is due to years and years of military government.
Yes, now that is and their constitution. They're giving us a constitution.
They go come abroad, they go enter train, they go stand for train, they go stand for bus, they go stand for working government. That their organ, that big motto where they use for Nigeria.
No sarin.
They go follow public transport. They go use the kind of motorway. If you see Oyibo, now one never know what happen. No, not travel. Now since Oyibo now they look so they common like horse. You go get billion a bicycle they use.
Agne market they drive bicycle not because of security.
If you see phone, you go wrong.
Some of them are ashamed. They are ashamed to expose their wealth, to flaunt their wealth. They are ashamed to flaunt their wealth. They don't want to be seen to be a rich person.
Call himself a lawyer. And the money they smell a lawyer.
You know why it be like? You know why it be like that? No place where bad thing. When they excuse some tax money put for pocket. Other normal circumstance, it get where you go spend money rich. The police they go look the person now. They go look waiting end. Waiting say he get last year, no rich. They go right and make. They'll just from there carry and go court. That's why you see these people, they hide themselves. Because no place where bad thing, that tax not just feed they enter accurately. So people see they steal. That they tax evasion. So when they do, they cage themselves. So then go suffer they live like every normal citizen. Like in our praise, everybody we are celebrating today, they are the ones that destroy the country and they got their means, their money through criminal acts. And they make sure they structure it that process will continue. That is why they study in abroad. My pain is that out of 36 governors, none of them will say, look, this country, I want to do my thing a different way. And let's see what is achieving so that everybody will support him, but they are just the same best of the same fender, only to come out to lie to our people, deceive them for good 8 years. It's painful. But a time is coming not far away. A time is coming not far away, they will not continue to lie. Because the nemesis, the crisis will catch on them. It's not going to be far away. Just be watching our country. If a 16-year-old boy can remove someone's head, private part, then just imagine when that person become an adult. So you will see the kind of society we are going to find ourselves.
Thank you. Who they call me directly again? Okay, Ken, are you? I know they round up. I want round up, sir. I don't round up because continue today. My ECMA is almost it's going to 4 hours now. 3 hours,
Right.
43 minutes. Yes, we don't
No
know,
be
but we
small.
just enjoy the go because what will they do in our sacrifice? We just they happy they do and they go. It's going to 4 hours. It good make we round up. So I thank everybody for today, for everybody we contribute, for panelists. I call all of my name before, for all the callers, and for everybody for comment section and for people we just go view am or view am later. I thank una make we try make we dey do the right thing. Let's empower ourselves rightfully and let's continue to talk to ourselves. Let's make sure we do the positive thing because we need our country to be very good. And the only way it will be good is just this. We say truth to power. And they go here if they're not here, but very soon, not when they go up, when they come down. The repercussion, they wait for everybody. Whatever you do, the repercussion must be there. So with that, I say bye-bye. Midwest, thank you very much. I greet
Goodbye.
you. Thank you very much. I greet you. So to
Thank you
myself,
very much, brother, for having me. Goodbye.
yes, to myself, lefties, thank you very much for having yourself. Thank you.